Hello. Ooh, why have we got technical difficulties? That's helpful. That's a good start. Why are you not picking up Factorio? Come on, you did this yesterday. No, day before yesterday. Please hold. Normal service will resume momentarily. I must have had an update and I didn't know and didn't check it properly when it was starting. There we go. Right. Okay. So, hello everyone. Welcome to Laurence Plays, and we're going to be trying something a little bit new today. I've been challenged and encouraged to try Factorio Fun Mode. Which, okay, so first things, okay, the fire has gone out, that's nice. I was going to say, I seem to have started in a circle of fire, but, yeah, okay, start small way, blah, 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 that looks pretty normal. Right, okay, so the first thing I noticed was that I started inside a circle of fire, but that fire has gone out, so that's less dangerous than I was worried about for a moment. Let's set myself to be my proper colour, because, well, that's how it's supposed to be. And let's investigate. So yes, this is Factorio Fun Mode, which involves lots and lots of silliness and trolling and randomness, and I don't really know what else because I've quite deliberately not looked into it yet. So we're going to see how things go. I seem to have a somewhat deserty start, which is not ideal, but not too bad. There's a decent number of trees down here for starting wood. There are some biters just over here, but I have a feeling that a lot of this isn't going to matter in quite the way I would expect it to. Anyway, hello everyone. Hello Regular. Hello hello Playnot and Tommy and Fox and who else? Got No Guard, Marc, Board Easy. Yes, welcome Quagor and Hydrogen, and is that everyone? Peter as well. Right. Yes, I just, as is traditional, I just hit go and used and used all the defaults and everything because I didn't know what else to expect. I did have a quick look in the mod settings to see if there's anything there that I needed to be aware of, but there didn't seem to be any settings that were going to make any difference, or that seemed particularly important, so I thought I might as well just get stuck in. So, for now, let's just pretend this is a normal game of Factorio. We'll stick down our first couple of burner mining drills over here. Oh yeah, I haven't got long reach installed. So I've literally got no mods installed apart from the ones that come, apart from Fun Mode. So we will see how that goes. But yeah, I'm going to start off by pretending that we're playing normal Factorio. Now it seems to be quite generous with the stuff I've started with. I have a lot more mining drills than you not traditionally get, and a lot more furnaces, and I've got some bots as well, which is interesting. As far as I do have some sort of armour. I have wooden armour. That's nice. And a wooden roboport in the equipment grid. So, okay, it looks like if I put some wood in or some coal in here, can it be fueled with coal? Okay, can it be fueled with wood? Yes, it can. Okay, so I have some early game robots. That's quite nice. That's going to be very much appreciated. Hello, Sophia. Not really, because at this stage I don't know what the mod is about. I've got some raw fish out of my mining drills, so that's the first strange thing I've noticed. So this is Fun Mode, where we get where things are just weird, as far as I'm aware, and I'm going to get apparently trolled quite severely by the game. So my intention is to start playing normally, see how things go, and just pretend everything is normal and I don't know what's going to happen, and then wait for the game to start doing utter nonsense to me. And we see over here that yes, there is raw fish collecting in the output over here, or there is a raw fish in the output, but fortunately the coal seems to be collecting in the input because I've got two of them feeding directly into each other, so that's okay. Over here we've got the same sort of thing. We've got raw fish sitting in the output, but we are also outputting iron into here, so that's working okay. So yeah, this is weird. I seem to have an infinite, and at least I have an infinite supply of fish, which, you know, is sort of quite nice. I didn't mean to take the coal out of these. Let's put it back in. That's quite a lot of coal, but never mind. Yeah, okay, so far, so it's vaguely Factorio-esque. So having a look in here, then, yeah, making belts seems pretty normal. Burner inserters seem... I honestly can't remember because I've spent so much time playing modded Factorio, but I could believe that's the normal recipe for a burner inserter. That's certainly normal for bricks. Mining drills appear to be 120 stone to make a stone furnace stack. Okay, well that's going to be interesting. I've acquired steam power. Why did I get steam power? What did I do to get that? Oh, 50 iron plates. Fair enough. That seems fairly normal. So yeah, making furnaces is a little bit curious because I need to have 120 stone in order to make a stack of furnaces. Fine. That's fairly normal. That's fairly normal. There is a get rid of fish recipe. Okay, so I do that and it takes the fish away. Fine. Iron and copper seem to be pretty normal. Those seem normal. Over here we have ammunition and light armor. So the wooden armor I've got to start with isn't something I can craft at the moment. I don't see any equipment grid in the light armor, so I'm going to stick with the wooden armor for now, because you never know, being able to auto-place some of this stuff might be quite useful. So that sort of kind of goes some way to explaining why I've started off with 14 stone furnaces, because I think I'm going to need some more drills, which needs stone as well. Okay, so let's get some stone. Let's try and remember that we don't have long reach installed. Let's go and get some more stones. I can get some more drills up and running, and then I'm going to start mining. Yay! Okay, that was not expected. I call shenanigans. Right, okay, so... I mean, to be fair, it does say expected resources 10 biters, so, you know, I don't know what I expected to happen, as they say. Right, okay, expected resources rocks do just seem to create biters. Okay, that's fun. I guess I'm going to have to pick up a little bit like this. I mean, I suppose I could pick up one of the mining drills that's doing something else, but... well, we'll go with this for now. And now I can make a burner mining drill. Okay, fine. We'll pocket craft that. And then I'll put this down here. Give it some coal, as you do. And then I need to make a box. What can I make? I can't make any kind of boxes. That's helpful. Okay. I mean, I've got some wood now, but you're telling me I don't know how to make a wooden box out of it. Okay, so that's going to make getting stone tricky. I mean, yes, in theory I could stand here like this and grab it as it comes out of the machine, but that's not very helpful. I don't know anything about technology progression at the moment, so that's fun too. Okay. Yes, indeed. The game was going to be giving me fun, as you say. Is pollution different? I haven't checked pollution. I mean, let's have a look. Pollution seems to be... pollution's spreading surprisingly quickly, given how little factory I have built so far. So that's a little perturbing. Are we just producing crazy, crazy amounts of pollution over here? 2 a minute, 12 a minute from a mining drill. Okay, that seems like quite a lot. That might be why we're getting quite a lot of pollution out here. Okay, so this is... tricksy. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to make more stone furnaces, because yes, okay, I can grab occasional pieces of stone like that, but if I need 120 of them to make a stack of more stone furnaces, that's not realistic. I'm not going to have enough stone. I'm not going to be picking up enough stone to do that. So maybe it's time to not try and build out too many of those just yet. So let's pull up these two guys. I've got more fish just coming out of nowhere. Great. And then put those down over here. So we'll get some copper in and then start doing useful things like trying to make science packs and seeing where we can get to from there before the game then comes out and bites me again with some other random unexpected thing. Of course, there's a little bit of ammunition in the spaceship up here. Let's go and grab that because I'm a bit short of it. Oh, that's true, actually. Good thought, Tristan. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's just get the resources from here, because why not? Alright, there we go. Yep, still biters. Yeah, sticking in, I do have it. Yes, I do have some furnaces left, so I can stick one of those in there. Let's see what the bots are like. And I'm going to need some more wood for them, probably. Bots are currently still unpowered because... oh, technology electronics research. Nice. So if I look in here and give you all of my wood, there we go, that can start burning that. Consumption of 3.5 megawatts. I feel that trying to run this off wood is probably going to be impractical, but we'll let it burn that wood and see how it goes. Right, so okay, yeah, there we go. You're quite right. That is now collecting some stone. That's actually quite useful. Okay. So I have researched electronics by getting some science. So now the next thing to do is to make red Slurpee juice. Okay, good. And that requires me to craft a lab, which is probably going to require me to craft some green circuits, which is going to get it green. Okay, yeah, sure. Yes, okay, green circuits can go in green. Why not? What is this? This is a lab which requires a 15 copper. Okay, so that's not unmanageable. We've got 28, 29, 30. Okay, so I can make myself a lab, Boom, 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 boom. I could probably make myself a second lab quite soon. But we won't do that just yet. I'm also going to need power for the lab, so let's make a boiler and a steam engine. And a big electric pole first. Okay, that's an iron stick and a copper cable. All right, sure, I'll make a couple of those then if you insist. Why not? That's going to be, if that's, assuming that works like a normal big electrical pole, that's going to be a little bit annoying. Oh, I see. Research all technologies, because I had, but then suddenly a load of extra ones have appeared, so they're additional. Fine, okay. Green indeed. Yeah, annoying but fun is sort of what I'm expecting here, pretty much. So let's have a quick look at the researchers here. I've got slurp more juice. Fine. Okay, so we can make. So I've done this one, which has given me red science through copper plate and iron gear wheel. Fine, that seems fairly normal. This is not telling. I need to make 30 electric mining drills. We'll find out what that does later, because I'm definitely going to be building those unless something very weird happens. X-Fret, our holy saviour. X-Fret, give it X-Fret. Okay, that's a lab research productivity, and it also gets me a lab 2.0. Okay, that sounds quite potentially nice. Oh no, that's research productivity in lab and lab 2.0. Okay, so it's just productivity research. Fine, I mean that's useful. I like the idea of that. We can get assembly machines. That seems so normal. A fun turret, good. We like to have some fun. That seems reasonably normal. SMG, yep, seems okay. Wall seems okay. Underground belts. Wait, what? Oh yeah, yep, that seems fine. Electric mining drill seems electric mining drilly. Fast inserters, yeah. Greel processing. Okay, I can now make greel from iron plates. A greel is green. What? Okay. Okay, so this in order to make this, I need 5,000 iron plates. But if I do manage to get 5,000 iron plates together, I will get 1,000 greel out. But it takes 16,000 seconds to do it. What? Okay, fine. So this is going to be get it going and just leave it for what? Fine, whatever. Light green slurpy juice. Get green lighted to continue. It makes it just takes one green circuit. That's a surprisingly cheap research pack. And then after that, maybe we'll find some other stuff that we can make as well. Fine. This mostly seems. I'm not going to say it seems normal because it doesn't, but it doesn't seem too weird. But we'll see how it goes. Yes, we shall make some purest green apparently. So over here, I'm going to want to have. Oh, I didn't make an offshore pump. Let's add one of those to my queue as well. So I'm going to need an offshore pump. As I say, my intention here is to basically play this as if it is normal vanilla Factorio, and then just go what every so often when weird things happen. Why is there apparently a reachy pipey thing there? I mean, I'm not going to put it there, but it looks like it could. It does look like it could join on anywhere up to across there. So, but let's hang on a minute. Is there a? I see. The boiler is weird. So we've got an input on the end of the boiler, and then we have steam outputs on either side. Thanks for that. Let's plan ahead a little bit. Put you there, and then make a piece of pipe to go in the gap in the middle. That amuses me quite a lot because it's one of those things. It's just taken my standard assumption about how to make that particular thing, and then just gone, nope, doesn't work like that, mate. And you go, what are you doing? And yeah. So anyway, yes, let's give you. Oh, I've got rid of all my coal. What? No pipe needed? Are you saying they join together just by magic like these ones did? Oh yeah, so they do. Right, let's get some more fish. I mean coal. I seem to have a little bit of long reach actually, which is nice. Let's put some of that coal in these machines like that, and then put the rest in the doohickey up north. Yeah, yes, to be fair, it does say that they're connected, so we'll chuck that in there. And that has steam in it now, so that means I can put down one of those pylons that I made earlier. And yes, okay, it does have the coverage of a standard large pylon, so that's helpful. But also, it has the range of a standard large pylon, which is kind of helpful. So, sure, why not? Let's give you a lab. There we go. And then, well, I've not researched assembly machines yet, so I'm going to need to make some of these, and then we're going to choose research. We're going to go for automation because this is Factorio. Start it thinking, okay, fine. Buttons are labelled differently, but why not? Oh, things will fit up with fish. Okay, lovely. I was thinking more Blackadder with the whole nuggets of purest green thing, but sure, that works too. 16,000 seconds is nearly 4.5 hours. Okay, so I might need to get some speed modules in there. If that is, if I need any grill, or or maybe I won't need grill, and that's just a bit of it, and that's just a troll. But it's to encourage me to get 5,000 iron together and just find out. Maybe I'll need it much later on, or maybe I'll. Yeah, who knows? We will see. Oh yeah, the early productivity would be a good idea, right? Let's get that next. Because automation, I mean, I think, to be honest, I think automation is probably even more valuable. How much is this? 10. Okay, let's make some more of these. I think early game productivity is slightly less valuable than automation, because if I get automation, then I can just get something to build all of these science packs for me, and that will be very much appreciated. Yeah, they do seem to be filling up with fish, as you're kind of suggesting. So we'll see how we get on with that. How are you guys doing? Okay, you've got more coals. That's good. And down here, okay, yes, we do have 148 stone. So let's make another. Let's make a stack of stone furnaces, just because the idea is ridiculous, and although that's probably going to take a long time to build, we'll see how it goes. Right, have some more of that. There we go. And now, yes, so now we're researching automation. That'll be done sooner or later, and I can then get that up and running. I'm going to need some inserters, of course, because of course I am. I'm going to need more science packs, but I'm going to get that. I'm going to try and make them automagically. I've got some ammunition at the moment, so we'll just assume that's going to be okay for more or less okay for the time being. Oh, making those furnaces was nice and quick. Oh. It is actually genuinely a stack of... Right, okay. Well, yeah, when it said it was a stack of furnaces, it was not kidding. Okay, well, we'll save that for later, because that is silly. Okay. Hooray, automation. Right, let's now make an assembly machine. Let's make 2 assembly machines and then go, what do we need for red science? We need iron gear wheels. Okay, so yeah, we need 2 assembly machines, and that'll allow me to then make red science without pocket crafting. What speed is the stack of furnace? The stack of furnace is a crafting speed of 24, presumably between them. Now, is it smart enough that every single one of those acts as a separate furnace, or do you feed ore and coal in at the bottom, and then they all run simultaneously? I don't know. I'm suspecting it might be the latter based on my understanding of how the game works, but we shall find out in a few minutes. Right, so put you in. That's a funny shape, but okay. Why not? If you want it to be a funny shape, I don't mind it being a funny shape. So I would like to make gears, and I would like to make red science. And then I would like to put that there and that there. Why are you pointing that way? I see. I have made horizontal only inserters. I mean, they rotate when I'm holding them as a ghost, but as soon as I place it, it doesn't like that. Okay then. Well, I guess we'll be putting this machine in over here. We'll be making another pylon, because apparently 2 pylons is not enough. Oh, I've got a second one already. Right, okay, and then we'll put one in there. That's a very slow bot, but that's fine. Okay, so you're going to make gears. You're going to make red Slurpee juice, and you're going to go through there. So you need to have copper. You need to have iron. And then, as if by magic, what are you doing? Are you just graphically glitching on me? I think you are. Fine. I mean, that's not going to get at all annoying in the future, but I mean, they seem to be working, so I guess that's okay. Right, let's do the let's get the productivity research, because that is going to be a very useful thing to have. It's a quick one. It only takes 5 packs. Let's get that done. Then let's stick military in there, because I'd like to have an SMG. Then let's find out about light green slurpy juice because I'm curious. And we'll get electric mining drills because they're useful. And yeah, we can basically just let that run now. And as long as I keep feeding it supplies and keep the coal in this thing over here, this is a basic setup. It's gonna work. We will now be able to produce small quantities of science and do a little bit of. Okay, now we seem to be researching mercy rather than what maybe it was called that all along, and I just didn't read the box text properly. Fine, carry on. That's a good point. If that's yes, if it takes 16,000, then it'll take a bit less than 1,000 seconds. So that's a very good point. Yes, if I can whack in my my stone furnace stack and do my grill in that, then that'll be much more agreeable. Yeah, there we go. Yes, I think this is just one. This is just one furnace that looks like 24 of them. So if I put in some of that and some of that. Yeah, I think you're right. This is going to be a legitimate way to produce grill and also to produce other stuff at a silly rate. That's handy. I approve of that. But I'm not ready to. But I do not have anything like the levels of iron in order to produce actual grill just yet. Oh, I have a bonus. Lovely. Right, so we'll carry on with military. How are we getting on down here? We are mining away merrily. I guess the next thing to do is to start making more of the mining drills. Well, that requires stone, but that's okay because we have a supply of stone down here that I can take like that. Then I can make more mining drills because I'm gonna need more mining drills. We all know I'm going to need more mining drills, and fish apparently. You know what? Let's put the fish on the hotbar in case I get bited. Then it'll be there for when I inevitably need it. You can have some coal. Does this coal have a stack? Yes, coal has a stack size of 49. In fact, the things in general seem to have a stack size of 49. Okay, fine, whatever. So what I'm going to do here is put in 5 of these guys, and then one of my stone furnace stacks here. I'll use my very slow bots to clear out the trees that are in the way. And then we can hopefully place the furnace stack. Oh, there we go. It has to be placed at the bottom, does it? Okay, I see. Fine, whatever. You be like that. I'll see if I care. And then I just divide this sort of semi-evenly between the drills across here. And I'm hoping that they're then all just going to dump straight into the stack. And yes, they do seem to. Oh yeah, and this needs fuel as well. That would help. And boom! That is going to be a quantity of iron. Lovely. Have a full stack, and also a quantity of fish because why not? Right. So this is great. It means as I extend it, can I grab the iron from up here as well? Yes, I can, by the looks of it. Okay, so yeah, this is great. As I want more and more iron, I can just put more and more drills along here, and there's only one place I need to grab from. That's actually quite nice. That is not horrible at all. So we'll take that again as well. We'll continue to make more of these things, and I'll put one in for copper as well, because, you know, why not? Let's get some more coal as well. 666, so about 11 minutes crafting time. Okay, that's not too bad. Cool. That seems okay. And it's that's what I was thinking. Making this act like 24 individual buildings sounds difficult, but making it act like one building that just happens to run 24 times faster than normal is absolutely fine. Only problem with it is it caps out at 99 iron plates, which is clearly a full stack, and therefore you can't come along here and find you've got a bajillion iron plates ready. You're going to need to have it feeding out into a million chests, and I don't have chests, so that's not going to happen at the moment. Let's deliver some iron plates and some copper plates to the science area because I have no idea how it's getting on up there. Let's deliver some more coal to that. And do you need coal? No, you're doing okay. Right, so you need... you're doing okay for iron, but you've run out of copper, presumably. Oh, no, you have plenty of copper. It's the iron that's the shortage. Right, we can get that up and running again. We got military. So that was important because I want an SMG. I've just dumped all my copper. Let's go and get some more copper, and then we can get the SMG up and running. Mostly just because I know those biters aren't very far away. The prevailing winds seem to be in the opposite direction at the moment, which is nice. But I'd rather not have the biters come over and inquire as to what's going on too soon. Because we've got quite a few of them over there and a few down there. I think it might be worth, once I've got the SMG, going over and having a word with them. Because I suspect at this stage they're not going to be too difficult to kill, and if I can push those nests back a bit, life is going to be a lot easier for me than if I don't. Oh, and I should look at the armor. So this has a it has negative resistances to acid and fire, some resistance to bonk, so that's nice, but no actual defensiveness. And then down here, then over here, we can make the iron armor, which has actual positive resistances, so that's nice, and a decent bonk resistance, which is good. No actual armor value though. I don't direct armor value, just some resistances. Still, it's better than nothing because I suspect we're going to get acid attacks from the any spitters and worms we run into, and presumably bonk damage from the biters themselves. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Or does it have an inventory? No. The light armor is just normal light armor. It gives you you get nothing. Good day, sir. What is that? That is a 00 Xiao 00. Good. I'm glad we've got one of those. I was wondering how I was going to cope without that. It seems to be a sort of a dark cloud that are just wandering around the map and are probably going to be dangerous. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's not upset them for now. Let's just go in here and use the correct gun, please. Right. Take two and action. Good. I can stay just out of range of the spit of the worms and do that. Okay, that's now basically safe. I could go after this one down here. There's quite a lot of them though, so I think I'd rather not. This one over here does, I think you're quite right, that does appear to just be worms, so we're probably safe there. Indeed, hot swapping armor does seem to be what I'll have to do. Oh, there's some more of these cloud guys down here. Let's not run in and investigate them too closely, just in case they are dangerous. Let's wait for them to come to us, and then when it'll be significantly more fun, I mean dangerous. Okay, are we actually slurping at the moment? Yes, we are. Okay, slurping is proceeding. So at this point, I think if I was playing normally, which I kind of am, to be fair, I would then come in and go, okay, this is not enough red science. Let's make some more of these guys and try and get that running a bit more quickly. I would also try and get a little bit of automation going, probably. Little things like, I would like to be able to unload things into chests and then just, and that, because that would give me a lot more capacity up here for supplying things. But that is apparently not allowed. So we're just going to chuck some resources in there and then run away, come back down here, get some more iron. Like that. And then go, what the hell am I going to do with all these fish? Well, I know what I can do with all the fish. There's a fish disposal systems. But, yeah. So we've got that. And then I should now have some more of these. Oh, I've only got one. We're still making the rest over there. Yes, belts are going to be a thing that I will be doing fairly soon, I think. Right, let's redesign this a little bit. I don't have pickadoilies installed. That's annoying. And one more of this there. And then this isn't going to work. I'll put that there and put one up here and down here and then here and here. But I'll need to put those there and there to get the power to them, and there. Right, that should now work. You're going to need iron, which I don't have. You're going to need copper, which I don't have. Let's go and get those resources. Challenge time. Transport belt conducts a small active protest in search of a living work. A random transport belt in your factory was rotated. You didn't have any transport belts. How? Because I'm still fairly early on and I'm still hand feeding everything, which is a bit crap. Okay, well, clearly I do need to start properly feeding things, but with belts now. So I guess it's time to start automate. It's time to automate belt production because there's no way I want to do that manually. So this is going to be annoying because I only have horizontal inserters, and that's not something I ever expected to say. But you know, we'll go with it. So we're going to have. Might won't work. If I put that there to make the thingies, put that there to make the gears, and I put that there to make the belts, and then I use a large quantity of inserters. So I did that and that and that and that and bother. I need a long inserter for this. Can I put these in this way around? I can. Sweet. Right, so you're going to make gears. You're going to make belts. Right, that... Oh yeah, we need power. Which means more of these guys. So that can power most of that. That can power most of that. That gets that one. And then up here, we're just missing this one, which needs to then go there. Then I can run power up this way, like that, and voila! Belts. Frustrating thing is the belts are just going to have to accumulate in here. But that's kind of okay. It is not a serious problem. Yeah, I was wondering the same, because I do have a research available. I've got long longness, and fast inserters. So let's stick fast inserters and long inserters in the... Okay, I can't do that one yet. I need to do swirly things, which means I need to make electric mining drills. Fine, okay. I guess making electric mining drills is going to be another thing on the proverbial to-do list. You can't run through a stack of furnaces because it's all one giant building. Helpful. All right, gimme. And then this thing over here has run out of fuel, so let's give it some more. And so is this. And, oh, you've run out of resource to mine. Okay, fine, we'll dig you up. Put another one of these in here. If I pull that guy up, did I make another? Yes, I did make another stack. Excellent. So I can put you there. And then once again, we'll run up here, and this time I don't have bots to do it for me. But I can take that out, and then I can put this in there. And then... more coal, please. Put that in there, and that in there. Okay, so I now have a ludicrous making iron and making copper. So that feels like progress. The next thing I think I'm going to need a large quantity of green circuits. You just need green circuits for everything in this game, probably. And so I want to start making the electric mining drills, which I haven't even researched yet because I'm too busy trying to make light green Slurpee juice. Let's cancel it. Let's do the eclectic mining drills first. But in the meantime, let's see if I can realistically start making green circuits over here. So that would be making the actual green circuits themselves. And then I need that to be making copper cable. And then I need an inserter chain to get the stuff over there because these two things are a bit too far apart. Now, maybe I should have put them closer together, but I haven't. So this is what we're going with at the moment. How is the fish spoilage? The fish don't spoil, so we don't have to worry about that. You are going to make copper cable. So that makes 2 copper cable in half a second. That uses 3 copper cable in half a second. Okay, so it's same sort of ratio as normal Factorio. So in that case, you know what? Let's go with this. Yeah, this design. Because why not? Getting the power to everything here is going to be the worst bit of this, I think. So you need to get, actually you need to go there and there and there. And therefore you guys can go there and there. I think this is right. That's not an inserter. Then that goes from there to there to there. Yes. And then there, 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 there. That kind of works, except there's no way to get the power into the middle of here. Can I have sensible pylons, please? Maybe we'll just build it like this for now, and then come back and shout at it later when it's when we have better things available. Green circuit. Okay, so for now, I'll just put in that in there because it'll power all of that stuff. Similarly, no, these two should be moved up one. Like that. And then we can put pylon in there to power all of this stuff. The problem is these ones in the middle, which I can't get power to. So that's going to have to go there. And then we're going to have to put an inserter in there. And just abandon this whole idea for the time being because it ain't going to work. That one's wibbling sideways. Lovely. Why would it not? Why have you stopped? No more copper. Why? It's not past a fish out. It's passing a copper through. Why have you stopped? Why am I holding lots of copper ore? Why did this work once and then stop working? Oh, target full. Oh, of course. Yes, I've got my entire 3 electronic circuits there, so that's as many as it's going to make. Yeah, okay, thanks. That is normal Factorio thing, and I should have realised. I'm just not used to not having stuff dumping out onto. Well, I guess a belt in this case would be the obvious thing, wouldn't it? So if I come over here, I can grab some belts, and then we can put in another inserter like this. No, we can't. We can put in. Can't put it down here either. I could put it here for now. Okay, that'll have to do. We'll just remove all of this stuff. Give you power. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to have a belt that goes downwards. Okay, it animates the wrong way. Of course it does. Fine. Be like that if you must. Then over here, I want to do the same sort of thing. So I'll put in another inserter here with power. Yes. And then take the belts, and put in a belt here for it to empty onto. Okay, so that is a supply belt. Now, it means I have to get them by running along it like this, which is a bit silly, but sure, why not? Let's get this out of here. I can't get it out of here. The pylons are in the way. Yeah. Oh, this is weird. Yeah, that is a lot of copper wires going all over the place. But what can you do? That is the best I have at the moment. Maybe if I get light green Slurpee juice, it'll make everything better. But maybe it won't. Hang on. Oh no, steam power. I've got that. Iron plate productivity. Wow. Literally 100% iron plate productivity. Sweet. Maybe a little merciful. Okay. Well, let's get that because that sounds extremely handy. So let's go back to thinking about this one instead. I do note that we haven't had any researches done for a little while. Oh no, we are still researching. So it is working up here. Have we run out of anything? We've got massive numbers in the output on that one. Let's put some more iron in there. I can get more iron from here and copper from here. I have nearly 2 stacks of fish. Lovely. Why would I not? You have half a stack. You have half a stack. And then copper-wise, you have half a stack. You have half a stack. Okay, so science can continue to tick over here. So this is taking 15 seconds to make a science pack. And then we're ripping through them at 5 seconds each. So I could have a third set of machines running, and it when we'd be in ratio. But I have this feeling that as we get onto other stuff, yeah, it's going to get a bit slower. So that's probably fine. That's true. I could remove some of these extra connections. Is there any real need? It just feels like busy work and faff. Yes, it'll make things a little bit tidier, but it's only tidiness. Who cares about tidiness? Right, further abominations. I mean, further automation is required. Let us belt. So we're going to want an iron belt coming up from here and going over this way. Can we have that piece in, please? Thank you. And then coming up here. Now, the quick thing is, until at some point I am going to... Oh, actually, I can just go round for now. But at some point I am going to get underground belts. I just haven't researched them yet, I don't think. I'm not sure. I've kind of lost track. Oh, we've run out of power. Do I have coal? I do not have coal. Let's get some coal. Hello, Lavius. Yes, you caught a live stream, and it is a weird live stream because I'm playing Factorio fun mode, where everything is strange. The belts are drunk, and nothing means anything. It is weird, very, very weird. And pipes are magical. Apparently, everything is underground. All right, so we'll give you that, and then that. So that's going to be my iron feeder. It would help if I put the inserters in. Right, so I'm going to stick an inserter there, and then of course it needs power, so it's another large pylon that connects to absolutely everything around it. Put it there actually, and then I can put in another inserter there, and we can get twice as much iron flowing. There we go, like that. Lovely. Let's get some more belts. And then I need to do exactly the same thing with the copper, and this is going to be more of a challenge to feed it in a useful place because there's stuff in the way, lots and lots of stuff. I think this might be a thing that requires. Oh, actually, I could run it in up here. Like that. And then run it all the way around here with some sort of massive heinous spaghetti. And put one of those in up there as well. I am still pocket crafting these things, but I've run out of iron because I've put it all into more important things. So let's grab some of that. Gimme. Okay, you did gimme. That's fine. Grab some of that. Don't care about the green circuits right now. I do care about putting in an inserter up here, though. I need to make some inserters. That's probably another thing I should automate fairly soon. You know, there's only so much I can automate at once. Right, put you there, and then you need power like that. And then what did I... Yeah, oh yes, I was doing this as well, like that, because then I can get two inserters around one of these pylons. And double the amount of thingamawatsit flowing. Right, so you want that there and that there. And then do I have enough belts to get around the outside of this thing? Yeah... I forgot. Inserters only work vertically. Ah! Oh no. Right. Yeah, undergrounds would be useful. Would help a little bit, I think. Oh, iron productivity was 250 science, was it? I didn't actually look at the numbers on that. Ooh, what's this? Hey, there's a research to get rotating inserters. Awesome. Fine. So probably getting fast inserters won't actually help with the directionality. What are you? Sacrifices. Sacrifice Greel to get a coin. Sacrifice grape juice springs to get a coin. Sacrifice explosives. I can sacrifice fish. Oh, and that heals 80 bonks. Okay. What? Maybe is that just eating fish? I don't fully understand what these are for. I'll have to investigate that when I research it. But I can turn Greel. I can turn 1,000 Greel into a coin. 100 explosives into coins. Dead bodies into coins. Nice. Right. Okay. So there is stuff and also nonsense. You're right. This is 250 science packs as stated. I can expand my inventory. Not really needed yet. Circuit network might come in handy. Who knows? Widgets. Lovely. Just what I always wanted. Unboiling. Fine. Also known as condensing, I believe, in the real world. I think. Okay. Yeah. So right. I think one of the things I need to do is just craft some electric mining drills, and then get these things running up and a bit more so. To be honest, I don't care what my pylons do as long as they're all connected to something. That's all that really matters. So yeah, over here, this I think ain't gonna work. I think we might need to just try and rush multi-directionality inserters, which means I'm going to need to start making the other science pack, which is actually not. Have I not researched that yet? I thought I had. Oh, there's green Slurpee. Green Slurpee juice is not light green Slurpee juice. Fine. But it is light green Slurpee juice that I need for this. But I've researched light green Slurpee juice. And that's crafted in a... It doesn't say what it's crafted in. So presumably it is just crafted in an assembler. Is it? Oh, it's under green. Of course it's under green because it's green. Why would I not realise that? I don't think anything is dynamic as you're sort of implying. Oh, the fish have come out. I should set filters on these inserters. I don't think anything changes dynamically in quite the way you're suggesting, although I could be wrong. But the implication, but I think it's just sort of all the recipes are weird, even the ones that, yeah, there's just lots of weirdness in recipes and things like that. One of the grape flavored fish, yum. One of the weird things I discovered, for example, was if I pick up any of the rocks that are around here, the expected resource is biters. So I went out there, grabbed a rock because I needed some stone, and then suddenly biters, and I went, what? And there were biters. So that was a surprise. Quite. That's probably the first surprise I encountered. Also, all my anything that burns coal appears to produce fish, which is interesting. And presumably the fish need cleaning out every so often. How are we getting on up here, speaking of fish? 67 fish. See what I mean? They probably need to be cleaned out every so often. Fortunately, there is a recipe in here called Get Rid of Fish, which does exactly what it sounds like. But I'm sort of stockpiling them at the moment, just in case I find an actual use for them. So at the moment, we have a decent amount of copper in the machines up here, in one of the machines up here. Let's refill them. At least if I bring the copper up on the belt, even if I can't feed it in automatically, at least having it brought up here is still useful, because I can then just chuck as much into each of these machines as I can. No, I don't want the red Slurpee juice. Put that in there. I haven't deliberately turned cliffs off. It seems maybe that's just one of the things that this mod does. So I just started everything with just defaults, because I didn't want to. Because I thought the default seemed like a good way to go. I've not gone through and messed with any of the settings. This is everything. Everything you see is just default fun mode, because in absence of other knowledge, that seemed like the way to go. Right, I want to make some assembly machines. No, I do want to make some assembly machines, actually. How do I make those? Iron plates, iron gears, and electronic circuits. So we've got the circuits here. We've got the iron here. So I'm going to need some assembly machines to make the assembly machines, sure. But then I can hopefully make them in here. So if we have a machine here making iron gears, and this belt isn't there, let's make some more of these. Come on, get on with it. Right, so we have that. Then we have another machine here making the mining drills. And then we have an utter nonsense of inserters. I've run out of iron. Then we have an utter nonsense of inserters passing all the stuff around that we need. So we'll feed that in there to make the gears. Feed that in there to make the doohickeys. Then I'll start swearing a little bit because I can't fit the big pylons in around here nicely enough. So actually we'll put that up there. and then I can put that there and there and there to feed the iron through into that one. Then I'll put that there to take in the green circuits, like that. Then I will try and get power to everything. So that isn't going to, that power isn't going to go there. This whole thing needs to be moved down one, which means I need my other trousers on. So let's put that back. Let's put that in there. There we go. Now we try and power everything. So putting a pylon there, we discover we're running out of pylons, and that means more copper. Come over here. Makes copper. Give me copper. Why is there no copper? There's no fuel, that's why. Fair enough. Have some fuel. Give me some copper. Make some pylons. Right, so over here, we've got that powering those two. That powers those, and those, and those, and those. And then you're going to be making gears. That's an iron stick. You're going to be making, not making iron sticks, you're going to be making gears. Then you're going to be making electric mining drills. You need to be one further down. And then we can put an output there with its own power supply. And then a belt going like that, because that's how we get things out of machines, basically. Okay, so that's going to be that's my mining drills. We've got a few of those coming through now, so that's good. We've got green circuits available still in theory. In practice, not so much. Is that because we're still out of copper? Yeah. Oh, that's taken fish out. That's why. And that was kind of inevitable. So let's fix all of those. Fish, currently I'm unloading manually, as you probably noticed. And that seems like a very weird thing to say. Okay, so we've now made, we've made 2 mining drills. The system is working down there. That's good. We've finished researching fast inserters now. Presumably those are just slightly more expensive. What goes into a fast inserter? Oh, it's not too bad. Let's make one of those and just see whether... Hey, they do work vertically. Sweet. Do you think they work horizontally? No, they're vertical only. Okay. It's almost a shame that I think... Excuse me? Are they down only? Yes, they're down. Okay, so fast inserters are down only. Great. Well, on the plus side, that means I can put one in up here. Like that, and it's going to work for that machine. At least it would if I had a few more belts. Let's go get some more belts. That's a good point. Yes, doing the get rid of fish recipe in assemblers would be a good way to get rid of all the fish that we're generating. That's an excellent thought and something I should definitely look into. I probably won't remember to, but I definitely should, especially for the power generation over there. Right, so at least now one of these is working. And I suppose that means I should move this... Right, let's try something. Let's take that and move it to there, and then take that and move it to there, and then copy that to there, and then can I do that? Will it? No, I can't, because I can't get power to it, and I don't have another fast inserter, and I don't. And you can't pass ingredients through like that anyway. What are you doing, Laurence? No, that's nonsense. I'd have to get the belt into here somehow, and yeah, I don't really see that happening. Okay, well, never mind. We have one machine up here that is capable of making infinite science, although for some reason we seem to have stopped sciencing. Why is slurp? Oh, slurp more juice is the one is make all the things. Fine. So I can make some fun turrets. I can make walls. Oh, let's get it underground belts because that sounds useful. Greel sounds like a thing that might be entertaining to have at some point, but not just yet. Sacrifices, and then down here we're into the green sciences, which we're not currently making. So underground belts seems like an excellent thing to have at this point. Yeah, long inserters are going to be interesting. I could put an on-screen number, I suppose. But you will have to remind me to update it and keep track of it. Let's see. So all right, I'll put in a thing, and it can say. How many times have I been trolled so far? Let's say 5 because I don't know. I don't honestly know. And where do I set the font size? Oh, here. That's a bit much. Let's set that to 30. That's a bit small. Okay, there we go. Yeah, remind me to update that and tell me what it should be because I will not remember. But I will happily update it whenever I'm reminded. Okay, what were we saying? Can't wait for long inserters. Yes, the long inserters are presumably going to be equally ridiculous. Where are they? Oh, they're down there. I can't research them yet because I haven't learned to slurp more juice yet. How expensive is multidirectionality? That's not that expensive. We'll see if we can get that up and running sooner or later. Yes, Samuel. The lots of basically everything is weird in this mod, and that's sort of the appeal and the point, and how it just generally how it works. And we will see how long it takes me to start crying about it. Okay, I do now have some electric mining drills though, so let's get them set up. I'll put in 3 along here like that, and 3 along here as well. Take out that tree. Okay, so I can put the drills down, but I can't take the trees up. Actually, I think that might be vanilla. I think you have longer arms when you're pulling trees up anyway. Then we'll need some of these. I'm going to run out as well, so let's have. Oh, we've got plenty of capacity to make more of those. So I've one of those there and one there, thinking about the future. And similarly over here, we'll have one there and one there. I can now remove this and this and this, and then and these guys as well. So take them out, and also put in some drills over here like this. I've run out, fine, not a problem. And then I can run a belt from here. I am far too used to long reach. This can run up here. I'm going to have splitters soon, so we'll run a belt up here like that, and we'll go and get some more belts. And I have to go round the bottom, all the way round this furnace stack because it's a single item and therefore gets in my way. And I'll pick up some more belts from over here. And you know what? I'm going to use those belts to make that a bit longer so that when I pick up more belts next time, I'll get more belts. Then down, all the way back round down here. Having some speed upgrades would be quite nice. Around here, so then have another belt that comes across here like that, and then we will use one of these inserters here, one of these inserters here to keep those fueled up, and that means more pylons like that and that. And yes, I think let's try putting in an assembly machine. Actually, I was going to try on the power production first because that's one. So I don't tend to baby the power production quite as much. So let's come up here. We'll give it some coal because it's probably running low. I should not use that much up. That's pretty good. Let's give it an assembly machine. If I put one there, then we can use a fast inserter because they can feed downwards. I'll put that there because then I can put that there. Then we want you to do the fish destruction recipe. Yes, we can. So yes, we can use that to eliminate all of the fish that are being generated in here, which is handy. Now in the future maybe we'll want to use the sacrifice fish because maybe that's better. I'm not quite sure, but at least now we're getting rid of some of the fish from here so this won't jam up, and I think that's probably worthwhile. Okay, so down here, how are we getting on? What's going on? Right, we don't have any coal being produced yet. The logistics is nearly done though. Let's chuck in some coal here anyway, just because we might as well. It's nice to keep the system running. Same goes for you. Logistics is 89%. It'll be done in 30 seconds. Then I can make a splitter, put it in here. Oh, and I need more power over here as well. So we'll have some of this. La 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 la. There. And oh, have I run out? Apparently I've run out. Can I have some pylons, please? Oh, yes is the answer. Pylons. Right. So now we have coal. We have 98% logistics. 99. Give me my splitters. I need my splitters. Ding. There we go. Give me a splitter. Forget the pylons for now. I need the splitters. I said forget the pylons. I need the splitters, and then make some pylons. Right. Splitter goes in there, and now we have That looks wrong with stuff travelling along a belt that's animating backwards, but never mind. Right, so now we have a nice supply of coal going into my furnace stacks. So that's working well. How are we doing on the... Okay, so we're not quite into the slurp more juice yet. We've not quite got that done. So I think at this point, all right, let's learn about Greel, because I'm curious. It sounds ridiculous enough that I'm curious as to get it going. Yeah, the splitters don't seem to have trolled me. Maybe belts are just... Oh, I'm getting copper out. So and I've trolled myself a little bit by having the wrong resources coming, by not checking carefully enough what my starter patch is going to get me as far as resources go. But that's on me. That's a standard Factorio thing, and I should know better. Have I run out of drills? Yes. Yeah, biter rock, fish, furnace stack, insert rotation, green tabs. There's 5 trolls. Yeah, okay. Oh, no chests. That's a good point. 6, 7. Belt rotating. 9, 10. Okay. Wood armor grid. I don't. I'm not sure the wood armor. The wood armor is just a different piece of equipment. I think I'm not sure that's really a troll. So I wouldn't count that one. Can splitters filter? Yes, I can set the filters up in here. That's fine. So I could pull the copper out, but it's a little easier like this. True. I suppose 14 copper is not so bad. All right. So troll count should be updated to 10 apparently. Well, that's fine. We can do that. 10. All right. What am I doing? Oh yes. Let's go and try and make light green Slurpee juice. In a semi-automated way. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to make a couple of underground belts. We're probably going to find they only go underground 1 square, aren't we? Oh, I don't have the mod that shows me how far they go. But let's assume it's going. Actually, it doesn't matter whether it's going to be nice or not. Let's see how far we can go with these. Okay, so those seem normal. That's surprising. But I can put that. So in that case, let's go from there to there, because that gives me a room to mirror this if I want to. And I can put in an assemblerizer there. And green. We want to make light green Slurpee juice, and that takes green circuits, which I've put somewhere else. So we'll have to go and get some of those. Oh, I haven't left room for... Okay, so for now we're just going to have to put in the power supply up there, and that's going to block off doing anything else around here, which is helpful. But I can do belts now, so that's not so bad. In fact, speaking of doing belts, let's come round here and get belts. I've stopped making belts. Why have I stopped making belts? Because these are filled up with fish. Stop doing fish. Filter. There we go. Where did that copper come from? I'm sure I saw... Oh dear. Have I got copper going in here somehow? Maybe it made it all the way along here and got passed through as copper. I'm not sure. Anyway, so that's that one. I've got some... No, I've got belts being made. Let's get some belts. Nom 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 nom. Get off the belt. And then come around here, get some green circuits. Ooh, we're running out of power. Is that because we've run out of coal, or just because we've run out of... I think we might have run out of coal. So I probably need the coal belt to come all the way up here as well. Yes, we've run out of coal. So now we start using a lot more power. We're ripping through the coal a bit more quickly. That's fine. That's sort of expected behaviour. If I come over here, I can now give you some green circuits to make some light green Slurpee juices. So we can get a few of those built up, stockpiled, ready to go. Why have you guys stopped? Oh, you haven't stopped. You're just... waiting for... Oh, you have stopped. You're waiting for copper. Okay, we'll get that one going. That one doesn't need to be fed copper because it's coming in from there. These two are getting their iron in. That's right. This is all automated except for the light green Slurpee juice at this point. This is a first. I didn't search for seed at all. I just grabbed the first one. There were some biters just over here, which I've dealt with. Sorry, no, here, which I've dealt with. There's some worms down here, which I'm not bothering with because they're just worms. I don't care. There's some biters over here, which I haven't gone and dealt with because they've got 4 spawners. So there's going to be quite a lot of biters down there, and all by myself. That's going to be a little bit scary. So I just haven't. This is probably the point where I take this belt all the way up to the power station at the top. So I'm going to need at least a couple of more of these. I'm going to curse the lack of long reach again. And also they're having to run all the way around the outside of these furnace stacks. Shoop. I can't remember if I've researched fun turrets yet. I should probably check, because they are going to be very useful. Let's have a look. No, I've not researched fun turrets. All right, let's stick fun turrets in. I kind of want the multi-directionality, but I haven't made 75 science packs yet, so that's going to be some way off at this point. But we'll get that going. Why have you stopped? No cogs. Why have you stopped? Oh, is there a fish in here? No, why have you stopped? You've only got one iron gear wheel. You've got a copper plate in you, goodness sake. That isn't the game trolling me. That's just my own bad building trolling me, because I got some copper in. Some copper ore must have made its way through down here. I think. Oh, unless... Oh, no, I've done it again with that one. You can't be there. Put you in there instead. How are you doing for supply of ore? Not enough. I feel like I'm getting repeatedly trolled by the fact that I can't chop trees down from the same distance away that I can build from. But again, I think that's just vanilla. I don't think that's a modded weirdness. Right, there we go. A bit more iron. Are you telling me my the copper ore is moving around or something? That is certainly a possibility. I don't care that one's pulling up coal, because coal can go into the furnace stack perfectly happily. Those all seem to be fine. Those all seem to be fine. I say fine. They are fine right now. We'll come back and see how it goes later. We are also very short of electricity, so that's going to be another thing to go and sort out. We've got a load more copper up here as well. That's disconcerting. Oh, that's why. Meh. There we go. Right, let's put in another boiler. Steam engine. And I'll do it. Yeah, I'm getting more automatic linking undergroundy thingies there, so we can put that in there. Boom, double power. We're still unsatisfied. Okay, I apparently need to extend this more. So if these are all underground, you've run out of fuel. If these are all underground pipes, then that means I can't put a second. I can only run one thing off this. Oh, unless I use underground pipes to get the water out, I can only run, which I don't have. I can only run one thing off each offshore pump. Okay, does that count as a troll? I'm not quite sure. It's an irritation. It's a typical nonsense for this game, but it's but I'm not sure whether it counts as a troll or not. Oh, I've run out of underground. Have I run out of underground? I thought I made some extra ones. Oh, I haven't left room to get the... I can't get the coal in. It is a thing that is causing me some difficulties, so yeah, it probably counts as a troll. Alright, so do that. And then we come up here and then we can feed... Get the coal going in there at least. That's step one. Then step two is going to be, where do I put the... I could put it... Yeah. Yeah, in hindsight, all of this should be like a square or two over to the right. And then there'd be a bit more room to... Oh, and I need an inserter here. If I had all this a little bit further over to the right, then there'd be room to put another one on the side of this lake here. So, but I don't really want to move the power generation while it's power generating. I could put that there. How long are underground pipes? Not long enough. They're that long. All right, let's put that there. Like that. Then I can do an underground from there to there and then loop round like that. And then I can put in a blue inserter. Oh. In a few minutes I can put in a blue inserter. Probably. Assuming I can get power there like that and I can get power there like that. That's all fine. Handcrafting green circuits, that's not ideal. Let's go and get some green circuits. Right, and then I can put a blue inserter in there, feeding downwards, and that gets that up and running. And now we have 3.6 megawatts available, and we're using 1 megawatt of it, so 1.2 megawatts of it. So now we have lots of power. Everything should probably be reasonably happy. While I'm over here, let's give this some more green circuits, like that, to make some more light green juice. And we've got the fun turret finished, so I can make fun turrets now. Hurrah! We better make one of those and have a look at it and find out what it's like before everything goes wrong. Oh, and if I make some grill, then I get a grill axe, which would be nice to have. Oh, a box! Hurrah! We do storage at long last, and we also get heavy armor and complex doohickeys. That's nice. I do like a complex doohickey. Radar could be useful. Offshore assembler, capable of processing fluid ingredients and sitting on fluid surfaces. Okay. Unboiling, sure. Widgets. Let's get multi-directionality, just for the sake of my sanity, what's left of it. I'm sure it won't do quite what I expect, but I think it's worth having just because. Greener greens make things greener. What? So that makes colour separation. I'm going to turn steam into distilled green. Okay. And that's done in a greenhouse. And I can make a greenhouse. Good. Well, I'm sure we'll get to that. Oh, God. That sounds very nice to have as well, but that requires actual green science, not green Slurpee juice, not light green Slurpee juice. Whereas this one comes from, we can research that here. And what goes into a green science? Grill. So I am going to need grill at some point fairly soon. Okay, well, I do seem to be making a decent amount of iron at the moment. So I think it's time to start trying to make some grill. So I'll make another stone furnace stack. The yiffweed is coming for me. I don't know how worried I should be about that. Clear out a little bit of space down here while we're making it. Right, okay, so we've got the furnace stack now. We'll put you in. And it doesn't matter how much it overlaps, really. Let's put it in there. I am worried about these things. I don't know how dangerous they are, but they look like they might be. Right, put that there. And so you're going to start making... Right, yeah, you are going to start making grill. This isn't running. Why is this not running? Oh, it's full of fish. Right, okay, so now we are attempting to grill over here, but we need to pass over... how many hundred was it? Was it 1,000? Was it 5,000 of steel iron to make 1,000 grill? I think so. That's going to take a little while. No, I've not started taking the fish out yet because I had this sort of vague idea of what if I need fish later, which is probably not going to happen. They might not, but I don't know. So I've been just sort of letting them accumulate in the machines. Let's do another fish disposal system over here. So put you in there. And give you an inserter, and you are going to do disfishification. So there we go. I put one of those in on one of the boilers up here, although granted only on one of the boilers at the moment, which is potentially going to be a mistake. I should probably put another one in here, but I'm not going to be able to get power to it, so that's going to have to wait until I've done the research into the better power systems, which requires green science. Green Slurpee juice. I don't think that one's going to... I don't think that'll grab iron plate. Grab fish, because I don't think you can put fish into a furnace. They're just generated in the furnace. So I think it's safe, but you're right, I probably should have filtered it anyway. Can I do that from up here? Yes, I can. So there we go. That is now definitely safe. How are you doing? We don't know. It's still running, actually, so we are still producing the light green Slurpee juice. Grab some more of those anyway and go up and reload it. Things are, I feel, kind of ticking over. I feel like I should possibly start trying to make science in a more automated way at this point. I feel like that's the next thing to do. So, the thing is, I'm not sure how... I actually know there's a lot of stuff that requires the light green Slurpee juice. So let's make all of them. So I think I'm going to have to try and think about getting a bus system together with limited inserter capabilities. So let's think about this a bit. We can have iron coming in here, and we can have that being fed up to a row of machines that are making gears. That's fine. We can put in some of these like this. And what's the ratio of these? These make 1 a second. These use 0.1 a second. Okay, so one of these is going to be quite capable of feeding 10 machines making the science packs. So let's then feed that down here. Feed that down here. And across, and combine it with some copper, which can then bring back up here like that. And then we can make the science packs there. And we can make lots of these. So you're going to be making gears. You're going to be making red science, which will come out here and go across there. We're then going to also bring in green circuits to make the light green Slurpee juices. So that comes in here. You're doing light green Slurpee juice, which comes out here and goes along there. Actually, that might as well go onto the same belt, like that. So there's my first 2 science packs. So let's just bring them to here, and we'll feed them into, and then we'll put some labs in over here, like this. And all the inserting is going on horizontally here. So this is actually going to be reasonably straightforward in a sort of a slightly ridiculous way. Let's go and get some more belts so I can actually build this, and also make some more assembly machines, because I'm still pocket crafting these, which is disgraceful. Assembly machines definitely need to be automated. So I guess that's going to be another thing that's going to go on the bus as I get it up and running. So I'm going to want more iron, and probably some copper. Not sure. And then make me some 3 assembly machines. And what have I run out? I've run out of iron. Okay. All the iron, all the iron. I could do with a lot more green circuits as well, but as we expand this system out up here, well, we'll make green circuits up here as well, probably. And I'm going to need another lab as well. Let's make 2 labs. And I'm also going to need a large quantity of inserters. I really should have been automating more of these things, but I've been mostly sort of trying to get my head around the way the game is trying to troll me, rather than building things properly. Oh yeah, I wanted to make a fun turret, didn't I? Oh, we've got the sacrifices now. Sacrifice your friend Pepperos. Oh, they are things I can tack on the end over there. We'll come back. We'll worry about that in a moment. And they'll get me coins, and apparently for a coin every 5 seconds for no input. So I don't know who Pepperos is, but it might suck to be him. Right. So then along here we want to have insert, outsert, insert, exert. The problem with this is going to be the power. Come to think of it. That's not going to be fun. I mean, sorry, it is going to be fun in the fun mode way. Let's just put these across the top like this, because that's the only way it's going to realistically work, and then move all the inserters up. Oops. Ah. Right. Okay. So that's why. Why am I short one underground belt? What's going on? Make that. Boink. There we go. Right. So now I need to feed in my inputs. So this is the iron one. Underground belts. What do I need for that? I need more iron plates. Fine. Got some of those. I'm clearly going to need to up my iron feed along here because there's not remotely enough of it at the moment. Alright, so there's the iron coming in. Then the copper comes in here. Like that. That makes that. And then the green circuits will come in here. But I'll probably make them... In the long run, I'll make them out of the iron and copper I've got coming up here as well. But for now... Let's try and get that out from here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that can go all the way under. Nice. There we go. There's my green circuits being brought out here. This is going to be woefully slow. I'm fully aware of that. But I'm okay with that for the time being, and I will sort it out in the long run. Get rid of the tree then, and that one. Let's go and get some more belts. Right, so then having the green circuits come up and flow along here is going to make this work, and then we can start moving all of the other machinery I've got over into the new area. Okay, so that's my first 2 types of science pack. Next thing to do, I guess, is going to be to start putting in multiple copies of this because we're going to want more machines doing this. So I have another one of these up here with inserters there and there, and the belts going up like that and that, and then I can copy all of that, put it in there and there, and just go, yes, we shall expand and expand and expand, and then come over here and rip up all of this. I guess don't need any of that except perhaps the pylons. Might need some of these pylons. I might be going to put some of them back. Let's pick up these belts, because that's going to take a very, very, very long time with these really, really slow bots. But the bots can do the rest of the picking up of the buildings for me. Yeah, the horizontal inserters actually aren't that bad once you get once I start doing a bus-style blueprinting of everything. So yeah, they are not too painful. Oh, yeah, I thought I was going to need that. Put you back. There we go. They're really awkward when you're trying to spaghetti something into a funny place, but when you're just doing a paste like this, they're actually, yeah, they're a lot less painful than I was expecting. Oh yeah, I need to set these machines up to do useful things like that. Right, so there we go. So this says 1 per second. This says 0.1 per second, so I should be able to run 10 of these off that one machine. This should be absolutely fine. We'll see how it gets on. But it does feel it feels at the moment like it's using the gears up faster than they're being made. But I think that might just be sort of the illusion of having just dropped it in. We'll wait and see. So we have loads. Right. So we now have loads and loads and loads of red science being produced, but we are a bit short on the green stuff. So maybe. So well, obviously I need more of this, but I'm going to start struggling with the number of green circuits that are being made. That's going to need to be expanded because I've got one machine making them at the moment, which is clearly not enough. But also it's going to be difficult to squeeze more in. So I'm going to need to move green circuit production over here. I'm also going to need to start feeding more iron through as well. That's definitely the case. Yes, I think you're right, Mark. It is indeed only making single undergrounds, not pairs, which is why things are getting a bit weird, because I keep making them in 5s because I just right-click on them. Greenland sonograph fish. New tab. Yeah, there's a sacrifice tab. All right, let's sacrifice a Pepperos. See what happens. I feel mean because I don't know who Pepperos is, but Pepperos screams for mercy, but there is no mercy. Plus 10% lab productivity. Wow, worth it. I should do that a lot more often. Let's also give it all those things. Is that? Oh, so that's a one-off. I can't do it again. Fair enough. All right. Yes, I can't make underground. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Penny Jim, that these things over here are all just underground connections, and therefore I can't do anything other than either put them right next to each other. I can't TP split anything off from any of these. This is just how it is, and that's part of the trolling that the game does for me. Oh, that's true. I mean, it is possible that if I put down a normal pipe, it will somehow have underground connections to it, but I don't think it does. Let's put it somewhere slightly more sensible. I could put it along. Oh! No, it does. It does magically connect. So, I don't know. Let's make some more of them and see what happens. So I can run a pipeline. Yeah. It seems... Yeah, okay, I take it back. It does seem that we can do weird stuff with pipes. So there is capacity for expanding these out. So in theory, that means I can come along here and put one of these there and one there, and then remove that. And I think it should all still work. That's still full of water. And it's not emptying, and that's still full of water. Yeah, okay, so there is weird stuff going on with the pipes that is probably allowed. Nope, I take that back as well. They only seem to feed it in one direction. So if I put them there, are they now linked? I am not sure what's going on here. It's going up, actually. The amount of water in the pipe is going up. So it looks to me like pipes will do underground connections on opposite sides or direct connections on adjacent sides. Oh, is it too far? Oh, okay. Oh, yes, you're right. That's a green link across there and a yellow link down there. Okay. So, yeah, fair to say the game does weird things with the pipes. And it's slightly weirder than I was originally thinking it was. Right. Okay. Hour and a half in using blueprints. Yes. Or copying, at least, yeah. This is my first playthrough of fun mode, but I've had I've got about 3,500 hours of experience of Factorio in general. So, yeah, plenty of experience of Factorio, not so much of fun mode. Why have I put those belts in the wrong way around? I mean, I put the belts in the wrong way around because they look like they're running in the wrong direction, and it's really easy to get distracted by them. But that's not really an excuse. There we go. Let's make the science twice as quickly. Oh, hey, X-Ret. I take it you're the author of the mod. welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Yes. So I've got 6 out of the 10 in here. I could make it faster, but there's not really any point because I'm not currently making the light green ones fast enough. Although that said, I could double this and just have a bit of a shortage of green circuits and then go, okay, I need to make more green circuits. That seems like a reasonable thing to do to me. So let's have some more of that. How fast do these make them? These make them at 0.08 per second. Good. Compared to 0.1 per second. So I'm going to need more of these in general. Okay, but I'm going to need a lot more green circuits if I'm going to get that working properly. Oh, Pepperos did spawn. Okay. Oh, yeah. There's a corpse. A blue corpse. A different blue corpse that's running away from me. Okay. I think I've come across this concept in a mod before. There, I got one. But it hadn't. Yeah, that's the first corpse I've played with so far. So I now have a dead body to play with. Good. Well, we'll just hang on to that and then try and work out what to do with it later. Also, I've got a lot of trash in my inventory that needs getting rid of. Plus. Oh, it's already completely full on the input side. Good. Might be able to get rid of some iron ore into here, though. Yes, there we go. That's a bit more like it. I've got a lot of fish, too, which goodness knows what I'm going to do with that, but stockpile it at the moment, it seems to be. Right, so at the moment, I think job 1 is going to be automate making assembly machines, because and probably inserters as well. And have I broken? Yes, I've been... The game seems to have randomly rotated a belt. This is like playing with Mike. Okay, so I need to automate making green circuits, making assemblers, and making inserters. So let's start with assemblers, because if I have assemblers, then I can have everything else. Do I have long inserters yet? No, but I can research longness. And longness is pretty quick compared to how much is that? That's only 75 as well. But this is all reds. So okay, let's do longness first. That'll run through fairly quickly probably. Chuck some of the fish into the... Yeah, that's true. I could put some fish in there. My inventory isn't completely full of fish yet. I'll deal with some later when it becomes an actual problem. Jeez, that's a lot of fish. All right, I'll put some fish in here. Right, back again over here. So we're going to be making assemblers. What goes into an assembler? It's going to be green circuits, isn't it? It's green iron gear, green circuit. Yeah, okay. So if we... Hang on, which way around was it? We want iron. We want gears. And we want green circuits to be going into this. And then we'll take them out and put them into a box once we've researched boxes. Let's research boxes. That seems like a useful thing to have. That, no, that, and that. So you're going to make gears. You're going to make assemblers. That one, which means we're going to need splitters. I need to automate splitters as well. There's so much stuff that I haven't automated yet because I've been being lazy. Have I got any more underground? Yes, I have. So I can run a belt from here like that, and then I can put in a splitter here, and one of these guys here, and I need a quantity of inserters, and then bim, 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 the end. Right, so there we go. That's my... can we have that inserter, please? Thank you. There's no chance of anything passing the wrong thing through because we've only got iron coming along here. Right, so that's going to be that's assemblers being made, or at least it will be assemblers being made eventually. So for my next trick, I need to make green circuits, and making green circuits nicely can't be done because I've only got the big electrical poles, which are a 2x2, so that's problematic. Let's do inserters first, because I think they're exactly the same recipe as the assemblers. Yes, they are. I don't know which one I selected. Make me some inserters. And you make that. Gimme. And I could probably have done something clever with feeding the... iron, no, not there, and not there. I could probably have done something clever with feeding the gears from this one into both machines, but with the way things are, I suspect that's going to be difficult. Oh, we have the real Paparos in chat as well, apparently. Well, I have to say, X-Fret, you have a warped and diseased imagination. I love it. Gliding corpses, yes. Are they expanding it forever? Oh dear. Don't get rid of your corpse. Okay, well, I'll hang on to it for now. I'll probably put it in a chest of shame at some point. We'll see. Chuck some of the fish in these and done that. Yeah, it has been thought up. Oh dear. Here's his voice. Oh, wouldn't have minded the odd dad joke here and there. I've been accused of making lots of dad jokes myself, but to be fair, I'm not actually a dad. I'm just a faux pas, and that might be my favourite dad joke. Those are in the wrong place. Do that again, but better. I need some inserters. What have I not got for inserters? Iron. Okay. Right, now, if I make some more inserters, now I no longer need to make inserters. Which is nice. Well, once I've made these inserters, I will no longer need to make inserters. Maybe we'll only make 5, because that's enough to get this running. There we go. So that'll be inserters, which is lovely. And I will admit, is a thing I should have done quite a long time ago. Let's also make long inserters. No, not long inserters, fast inserters. Which I think are relatively straightforward. Yes, they're just inserters, iron, and green circuits. So we can do that by having an inserter there, and an inserter there, and an inserter there. Why are you not making... Oh, you haven't got any green circuits because I've run out of belts. Oh, no, I haven't. Like that. There we go. So now I can claim inserters from here as they get produced. There we go, that's nice. And then run that up there. And we'll get the iron going through. So we'll get some long inserters in case I need to do uppy-downy inserties. Right, good. That is progress. I feel I probably should do the same sort of thing and start making belts as well. So let's just carry on with this system. It's kind of ugly and it's going to cause me problems doing it like this sooner or later, I'm sure. But I don't care. So put that, yeah, put that there and that there. Then that one can make belts. And that one can make gears as well. I don't even need that input. But I do need that, and I need that. And so that means I need those and those. And I need all of these to start outputting into boxes as soon as possible, just so I have an actual supply of them available, rather than just having to take whatever the machine happens to stockpile in itself. Although we are rather limited by green circuits at the moment, so I guess that's going to be the next thing to start making. Do we have? No, we're still making assembly machines apparently. Ugh. Okay. I can't come along and fan feed these really, but we'll keep going. 10% lab productivity. Well, I didn't know what I was going to get. It might have been 20% lab productivity, and that might have been worth it. Discord listed the homepage. Nice. Yeah, the inserters aren't getting green circuits because they're all getting used by assemblers. The lack of green circuits is a known problem, should we say? We'll sort that one out at some point. Well, it's very nice of the real Pepperos to come and haunt the stream. I appreciate it. More belt for green circuits and 2 inserter assemblers. No, I don't. No, the green circuits are getting up here. They're just mostly getting taken by the machine, by the assembler. It's the assembler. So that's fine. I don't need them for and I don't need green circuits in order to make belts. So that can now all run merrily. Just needs power like that and that and that and that. And apparently I've run out of pylons and placed all of those without noticing that I've run out of pylons. So let's make another 10. Go. Yeah, lightning bots. Right, okay. Let's start thinking about belts. No, not belts, because belts are up there. Let's start thinking about green circuits, because I need a lot more green circuits than I currently have. So, the green circuit production I have at the moment is running down here, and is... Actually, this is quite easy. The only problem with this is that it's very, very big, because it's all being made out because of having to put in all of the large pylons. So it's the production is very, very straightforward. I just can't ratio it nicely, and I can't put in a sensible number of and I can't put the machines in a sensible distance apart because I'm using the big pylons. And I'm still stop typing the wrong box, Laurence. Right, and I'm still some way off getting the real pylon, getting better pylons. Here we go down here, electrical energy distribution. Now this makes me think that if I, oh actually, this is either, there's two possibilities here. Either this is telling me you get medium pylons. And I think that's probably the case looking at this. Alternatively, I'm a little bit paranoid from one of the other mods we've been playing that makes me think that maybe because it's crossed out here, that means I lose large pylons and I get medium pylons. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think this is going to get me the medium pylons, and it's just been crossed out here because I've already got that one, and it's some excellent artwork and drawing going on there. So I'm going to assume it's that. In the meantime, how's my grill getting on? I can't see, it's too far away. Let's go and investigate the grill because I would like to know. I'm just curious as to how it's doing, how we're getting on. And we are ripping through the iron about as fast as it comes in, so we're using that up at quite a rate. Got 1.1 thousand. Okay, fifth of the way there. That's reasonable. I guess the answer to that is put in more of these guys. Oh no, that one was okay. That one would not be okay. That one will be okay. That's okay. I'm going to get stone down here soon. Yeah, like that. Here? Yeah, I can put one in on the bottom here as well. There we go. Let's have some extra iron being fed in and down here. So we can have that and that. Get a bit more iron input into here. Oh, actually, that isn't the problem. The problem is passing it through here. Okay. Well, I guess the answer is a belt. Actually, at this point, isn't it? That's fairly straightforward. The answer is to run a belt from here down here, and oh bother, that's not going to work either. Right, so I can put one there and I can put one there, and then put my pylon between them, like that, to power them. Lovely. And then I can do the same. Then I'm gonna do it again. Or I can put another one in here and have that go out like this and come back in. So there's a bit more coverage there. That's quadrupled the rate it's being passed through at actually, which isn't too bad. Put that there, then one there, and one there, and one there, and that's it. That's what I've got. Right, yeah, something like that, basically. So now at this point, we've got 4 inserters unloading from here and 5 loading into here. So this should run a bit quicker now, and this should be able to run. Well, I mean, it's still holding. This is still being held at basically 100%, which is sort of a good thing because it means I am producing iron fast enough for everything that I'm trying to do. But on the other hand, it's sort of a bad thing because I don't have enough throughput. Now, the ifweed doesn't seem to be doing any damage, so maybe these things aren't dangerous. Maybe they're only dangerous if you shoot them, and so I will not do that. Yeah, still only at 1400 iron to go past. I should probably dismantle this belt production facility and start sending more iron up the belt along here, but for now, this is fine, TM. Interestingly, we do seem to be producing enough of the science over here. That surprises me a little bit. I was expecting that to be in short supply, but I guess the amount of time it takes to do each multidirectionality research is long enough that having these 4 machines are more than capable of running the 2 labs that we've got up here. So okay, that's nice. That's nice to see. Let's put those in anyway, and let's make another 2 labs just to speed things up a little bit. Because I think I feel like there's a wider variety of speeds of research, or durations of research, I should say, than in vanilla. So there's a lot more 5s and 15s and things that you don't normally get in quite the same way. I'm running out of resources. Oh, I had an extra lab as well, so let's put another one here as a ghost. And then let's get some more inserters, because I've run out of them. Right, 4 this time. Lovely. Glorious, massive profit margins. So put that there, and then there. Right, there we go. We've now got 5 labs running, so we'll be able to science significantly more sciencey than we were sciencing before. What was I going? Oh yeah, I was going to make more green circuits next, wasn't I? Because I've got plenty of iron and plenty of copper. It's just that, and then not really plenty of green circuits. So until I get the, until I get the better, until my brain kicks back in again, until I get the better pylons, I'm not going to be able to produce a better design for producing green circuits. So let's just do what we can, which is going to be that. And that. And oh, have we got long inserters yet? Yes, we have. Excellent. I guess I better make one of those and find out what's wrong with a long inserter. I could grab some green circuits from here, actually, and then... Oh, well. Research with light green Slurpee juice. Yay! We're finished research with the... Is that my first light green Slurpee juice research? Really? Blimey. Okay. Right, so what's wrong with a long inserter? They seem fine. Is it bad that I'm surprised by that? Because I honestly am. Right. Okay. Let's get green circuiting then, because we need green circuits. So we need green circuit there. We need to make a copper cable there. So copper cable is going to be fed in with a belt that comes up this way. I haven't left enough room here in any way, shape, or form. Let's actually do this properly. Let's pretend we know how to play Factorio and make buses and things. Not run out of splitters. Why not show the green circuit belt with iron plates? That's true. That would make sense. Yeah, I could do that. All right. Yeah, let's do that. Let's ensure that they don't mix as well. So if I do that, and then where are the splitters I made? There's one of them. Put that there. No. All this is going to have to move, as is traditional. That goes there. Of course, they're the wrong way round at this point, but that's okay. I can just go yum, 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 like that, and then run that through there, like so. There's the iron running again nicely. Green circuits should be coming in, but for some reason that's stopped. I sort of don't care because I'm trying to move it off somewhere else, but yeah. And yes, I can now. That's a good point, because now I can save all of these inserters, and that's valuable because, well, firstly, it saves me lots of inserters, and I don't have a huge number of those. But also, it might mean that I'll be able to pack these things in a little bit closer together, which would be rather nice. And yeah, so over here, what are we doing here? Right, these are going to need to move across. So let's break out the copper first. So one underground goes from there to there, and break out the copper, bring that up here, and I was going to put in an assembler there. Let's do them vertically, so it's a little bit less grossly big. And then we have an input of iron here, and we have an output of green circuits here. So that's my final. That splitter goes in there, feeds up like that. This one, we'll make it go out like this, under there. I've run out of undergrounds. Make some more of those. Right, so then we can feed in, copper goes in there, through there, that comes in there, and then, oh, bother. I'm going to have to put that there. And yeah, I am going to have them further apart than I was expecting to, because I'm going to need to have 2 inserters. I'm going to need to have 2 inserters on this machine, which means I can't get them both powered by the same pylon. So I was optimistic that I was going to be able to pack these things in a little bit closer together, but nope, the game says no. That's not going to happen. Right, so there we go. That is now green circuit production happening. If I want more of this, then I can copy that and put it there. And you know what? Finishing off belts actually helps. There we go. And having enough pylons also would be useful. Let's make lots of those because I do seem to keep using them all up. Storage is finished. Excellent. So now I can finally make myself an iron chest. I could make a grill chest, but I haven't got any grill. I've made everything already. There's a mod for this that moves everything, that moves something you're trying to handcraft up to the top of the queue. I don't have that mod installed. Right, move you to there. Then I can use one of these, and I can put the box in there, and then we can have lots and lots and lots of belt. So, in the meantime, what am I doing? Nope, that goes upwards, that goes downwards. Then paste it in again. There, yes. If I want to just paste... What the heck? Oh, no, that does go downwards. That was correct. This is doing funny things to my brain. It hurts. Right, so there we go. There's now 3 times the amount of quantity of... why have you stopped? Oh, because you need the iron from here. And then an inserter there. Right, there we go. That's tripled my green circuit production rate. They are currently not going anywhere. If I do that, then I can put in another... I don't have any splitters. I can make another splitter. No, I can't because I haven't got any iron. Because I chucked it all into the assembler that was making the belts, but now I have to get that automatically. So now I can make some splitters. I can put one of them in here and link it in like this. There we go. Green belts are now greening nicely. At least that's the plan. Green circuits now coming through nicely. I'm still waiting for the grill to be produced, which is really slow. And until I get that, I can't start making the green slurpy juices. But I can rattle through some of these easy ones along here. So I guess let's do stone walls and complex doohickeys and heavy armor and lamps and radars and bonk damage and bonk speed. Rattle through all of those really, really quickly. Get all the basic stuff done, and then I can start looking at the more complicated ones down here and thinking about what's going to actually be useful. What's this? Longer arms. Oh, nice. That would be very, very nice to have. But that's a proper green slurpy juice, not a light green slurpy juice. So we'll just get that. We'll just get those ones running. Churn through some red science while we're trying to catch up with the amount of green circuits that the factory requires. In the meantime, I guess I should be going in and putting in some more of these boxes, because having chests and chests of assembly machines would be extremely handy. Interestingly, I don't seem to need all of these pylons anymore. Oh, I did need that one. So I can put them in a little bit further across. Now we're not passing the iron through, basically, is what I'm saying. Oh, and we've got vertical. Yes, we've got vertical. We've got inserters that behave themselves now, so that's nice to have. I don't have to use fast inserters for going vertically, or slow inserters for going horizontally. Right, I don't need that. I don't need more than a stack of those. So let's just fill up to a stack there. Same with this one. I said same with this one. Belts. I'm going to go for a row because I know how many I tend to get through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I see what you did there. And over here, are you set tall? Yes, you are. So I can flip you around, put you in there. Box goes there. Pylon goes there. Box gets limited to there. Geef. Right. Okay, so that's some basic automation going now. I should have done this ages and ages ago, to be honest, but now we do at least have some basic automation going, which means I can carry on with automation without having to make Pocketcraft absolutely everything I'm trying to use. Still haven't got splitters or underground belts, but this is still good progress as far as I'm concerned. How big are the different chests? Wooden chest is 16, iron chest is 32, and steel grill chest is 48. Those feel like they're probably the normal vanilla numbers. I think the rows being 9 might be another troll. Yeah, all right. I'll count that on there. Can I do strike through? No. All right. I was gonna strike through troll and turn it into and have it and put fun instead, or possibly vice versa. But that doesn't seem to be a thing I can do. In OBS. Right, so at this point, the limiting factor seems to be the rate the iron's coming through. So let's go and speed that up by using... Are you even running? No, you're not getting any... you're not getting any basic inserters through because I've broken it. So let's remove that and put in a long inserter now. Go here. And then a short one can go there with a box on the output like that. And limit set there. Why are you not passing through? Because you haven't made any because you've run out of green circuits. Fine. At least you've got a good reason. So put those in there. Are they all just going into... Yeah, they're all... No, this has stopped. We've run out of copper. Okay, well, I've got a lot of copper I need to get rid of, so... Boom, boom, boom. It's not a proper fix, obviously, but it'll get things running for the moment. What's going on down here? Why are you sad? Have you just filled up on... You filled up on fish. Right, okay. I fill up a fish. Well, I mean, there's no reason not to put in a machine to take out to automatically demolish to fishmolish the annoying piscines, is there? So let's do that, and you can do the fishstruction. That one, and sticking one of those there. Right, so that won't happen again. I've solved the problem for now. What I will do is up here, I will replace these guys with fast inserters to get twice as much copper going through. And the same over here to get twice as much iron going through, since this is the feed for the entire bus up here. Should probably start putting this onto both sides of the belt, just in general principles. Just so there's twice as much buffered on there. And at some point in the future, yeah, I think it is now time. The time has come, the walrus said, to... Oh, no, I do want to carry on doing the fishstruction there. The time has come to remove the belt production over here because that's kind of unnecessary. We're doing it on the bus. So I'll pull up all of this, and apparently that tree as well. Sure, why not? And then add additional fishstruction over here, like that. Okay, so there we go. We've got a nice steady stream of iron coming out, stream of copper. The copper is not coming out as quickly as I would expect. Is that just because there aren't enough drills feeding into it? It is indeed. So what I should probably do is I can actually get rid of this green circuit production system here. I think that's now a bit pointless because once again, we're making them all properly further up. So let's get rid of all of this. Big saving in belts. So I get a load of belts back. But more importantly, that then frees up space for me to put some more copper drills down, putting copper into the system here. So let's say, no, not that sort of drill. I said not that sort of drill. That sort of drill. There we go. That'll pump in a bit more copper. At least it will if I power it. There we go. Pump in a bit more copper. So that should get this running a bit quicker, and we should get a bit more copper through. So that's a nice easy fix. Honestly, I should probably put this in up here so that it's out of the way of the mine area, and that means I can then come down here, remove some of these pylons that are just everywhere, put in a couple more drills like that, and then power everything back up again. And that will mean more copper going into the furnaces here, and therefore more copper being able to be fed out at the top. So that's quite good. Right. Again, we've counted item stacks in general. I think we counted the coal being 49, but we didn't count the metals being 99. It certainly is, but I think it's the same troll for the I think it's the same troll for both, so it only needs to be counted once. Hi, Private Space, welcome. This mod is, calling it a troll mod is probably the best way to describe it. All kinds of things are broken in slightly weird ways. The most obvious one is that this rock over here, if I beat it up, will release biters instead of stone. Stack sizes are wrong, or stack sizes are different, I should say. They are silly numbers rather than being nice round numbers. There is a thing called a stack of furnaces, which is a single item that consists of about 24 furnaces. In order to make the equivalent of steel, I'm having to feed 5,000 iron into this furnace stack over here. Got to 4,500 so far, and then when I do, it will produce 1,000 steel. So, and some fish as well, apparently. So yes, it's all a little bit silly. But the idea is that the silly introduces a certain amount of fun and comedy and entertainment and other such nonsense. So it is, yes, it's quite interesting. The mod makes the ore squish together. I've not noticed that, but I've done direct. All of my mines have done direct insertion so far, so I wouldn't have noticed that. Right. Okay. Let's get rid of this belt because I don't need it anymore. And this belt here as well for the same reasons. There we go. A little bit of tidying up. Sorry, yes, it's not a troll mod, it's a fun mod. It has interesting ideas of what constitutes fun. Okay. Right, let's copy all of that. Put in I still need more green circuits, so let's put some more of that in there, more of that in there. Do I have the stuff to build any of this? It does give you early game bots though, so that's actually quite generous of it. I appreciate that. No, I've run out of assemblers. Okay, let's go and get some more assemblers. Those are down here. I can grab them from this machine and also inserters from this machine. I think those are the things I was running out of, and then we can build up some more green circuit production up here. We do seem to still be out of iron, though. Any more iron? No, it's coming through at a dribble. Now, it's probable that part of the reason that we're getting so little iron through is because a lot of it is getting fed over into the greel production. Yeah, if we look down here, we can see the iron is getting fed out as fast as it's getting fed in, which is problematic. So I guess that means it's now finally time to actually put in some additional mining drills like this, and start belting iron ore into the not there. And start belting the iron ore into the into the smelting stack, because it is not enough. We do not have enough at the moment, so I need to run that from there all the way up there, and then across here, and then we'll need more power. And then this one's going to want to be a fast inserter, I think, because there's going to be a lot coming up there. And maybe a fast inserter will be able to keep up. It probably won't, but it's worth a try. And then also, we need power down here, there, and there, and there, and all the way up this side as well. Why are my bots asleep? Presumably because they've run out of power. I need to re-wood. Yes, there we go. I need to put some more wood in my generator. And actually, I need to make a lot more pylons as well, so let's do that. Can't reach. Oh, there we go. There go the bots. Right, so now I can carry on up here, power those two, power... This is another of the the trollish things about it, is the only pylons I have unlocked at the moment are the really short ones. So I'm having to do everything with the really big ones. Sorry, so I'm having to do everything with large pylons, and that is a bit ridiculous, as you can tell. This is also not really. I don't know. Is it enough? Why is it slowed down? Oh no, the shortage of power. Is that because I've got too many fish in my machine up here? Yes. Every so often, I end up with too many fish, and I have to go up and fix the power generation, which is exactly as silly as it sounds. Oh, actually, if I put in now to actually not even now to got vertical inserters, I can put that there, and then that there, and then we can get rid of the fish from there. There we go. Crafters can take a stack of something if their recipe demands it, otherwise it wouldn't. Okay, we'll see later. I haven't got any mixed ores yet, and I've been sort of somewhat careful to try not to. Yeah, these are all theoretically these are all clean patches. So it should be alright. Unless there's some sort of troll in there that I haven't really run into. That's true. Click and drag should work, but I'm not entirely sure I trust it to. I'm now... Right, okay, I've got to the point where I don't have enough power once again because I've now got 1.2 megawatts going into my mining drills. So that means it is time to gather some iron and make some more power. So I'll need... Let's have another 2 boilers and another 4 steam engines. Can we have some more iron, please? How many have I made? 2. Three. There is not much iron coming out here. 4. Right. Let's go and double my power production. So, up here, yes, I discovered it's not quite as weird as I was afraid it was. So if I put this here, that's going to be unhelpful. So, but instead, let's put a pipe here and a pipe here. Then I can put that there, and I can put that there. Then I can put that there, and I can then put 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's correct. I have no idea how I'm going to get fuel to it, but nominally that is correct. And it's going to be split over here and nonsense and such like. Or no, it's going to be split down here and then underground, I think. So that's not going to be too bad. Fairly sure that's going to work as long as I can get power to everything I need to. So I put that there and that there. Then, well, let's power these guys first because that's easy. So then over here, yeah, getting power to these inserters is going to be tricky. So I could put, if I put that there, then they're in the way, and then it's in the way of the belt. If I put that one there, it gets that one, but not this one. If I move this entire contraption up 1 square, then I think it starts to work. No, it doesn't, because then this pipe doesn't meet. But let's do it anyway. Because then there's room to put that there. And I can put an additional piece of pipe there once I've made it. The pipes, as you may have noticed, are also a troll. I can't remember if I've counted them, so I'm going to put it in there like that. Can we have that pipe, please? I just built a pipe. Can we have that pipe, please? Oh, I see. There's pipe up there too. Right, and then I need a belt of coal coming in here. Which means you are in the way. I need to move to there. And have a coal belt come in like that. And get out of reach. Across there. And then splitter goes... No, splitter goes there. Right, okay, so that, I think... There, yeah, we've got that going up there. So now I think we should have water going into these. It says no fuel at the moment, but it doesn't say no water, but I don't know if I trust it. So there we go. There's the... No input fluid. Have I got this wrong? I don't think I've got it wrong, but apparently I have. So there's no water in these pipes. Is that because you're not fast enough? Ah, it's because this pump can't keep up. Okay. Well, I guess I'll put in an additional pump then. Did I just fall in the water? Did I die because I fell in the water? I think I did. Okay. Was definitely not expecting that. No, I think pipes only do underground connections. I can't get my corpse. It's gonna float off into the sea, and I'm not gonna be able to get to it because if I chase it, I'll fall into the water and die again. I don't think I had anything too valuable. Oh, I have my oh, I've got it's got my Roboport. Thing is, you can herd and chase your corpse, but if or you can just fall in the water again and cause another corpse, apparently. This is not good timing, given that my base has now just come under attack. Yes, I know. I have a pistol. I'm not afraid to use it. Just don't take out any... Oh, how do I get there? There's just these ludicrously long furnace stacks in the way. Right, okay, well apparently we're starting to have issues with the locals, shall we say. That's not good. I don't need more drills right now because they didn't actually take out any of the drills. I do need some pylons. We can't make these here anymore because we're not bringing in green circuits anymore. So take all of this out. Right, what was I saying? Do you need... No, you don't need. Yeah, so the most annoying thing about this is that I've now lost my Roboports. So I'm going to have to work out how to go and get those. And that's going to be difficult. What? I am offended. Try attempting to repair a building apparently destroys it more or less instantly. And it might not be more or less instantly. It might have just been doing damage and I wasn't paying attention to exactly the state of it. No, I didn't ever place the fun turret. I got distracted and then died and lost my inventory. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get that back until I get landfill. Because it's in the middle of the lake, and as we've discovered, the lake is kind of dangerous. And it's far enough out that I can't affect it. Can I squeeze through it? Yeah, I can squeeze through there. We are still short of water. Yeah, so the corpse is gone. There's nothing I can do about that at this point, I don't think. I can, however, make another couple of those and make some more pipe if I get some more iron. And sort of fix up the problem we've got along here with insufficient water. Pull a bit more of that out. Can I put one there? I can. Nice. Oh, well, I could if I had any more. Why won't that place? Oh, because I haven't got one. Now I've got one. There we go. So I feel like these offshore pumps are either the offshore pumps are producing a lot less water than they normally do. Yes, 5 per second. That doesn't seem like very much. Yeah, so they're all running flat out now, and the pipes. Oh, the pipe is gradually filling up. Okay, so we do have enough water production now, and we should have plenty of power. Now, my next concern is these guys down here. So that's become a problem. I guess I need to make another fun turret. Oh no. I've done the traditional Factorio mistake of being rather blasé about the biters until it's a bit too late. So I definitely need to start making fun turrets. What's that? Iron, copper, and more iron. Right, well, let's get some of that. There's some copper. There's some iron. And I'm going to need a load of ammunition as well. This seems to be the place they are attacking, TM. So we'll put the first turret in down here. Actually, given what this game is like, let's put it out of range of my own buildings. Give it some ammo, see what happens. So far, so normal. Seems to be all right. Let's go and take out those biters down there because they are... Well, actually, no, let's not. Let's make a lot more ammunition first. And a submachine gun. I'm going to nick some of the iron that's been put into making the... Oh, we've started to make the grill, but it ran out of fuel. So can I take a little bit of that back? Yes, I can. Sweet. Right, so we need another... I'm trying to do a dozen things at the same time, which is foolish and probably going to cause me sadnesses in the not too distant future. But let's do this for now. Oh, and I don't have enough belts. Oh. Or inserters. In fact, I don't... Oh, no, I have some inserters. I have 8 inserters for some reason. That's interesting. Right, so the belts are being made up here. So I can grab some of those and take them back down here and feed a supply of coal to the grill smelting because it needs it. You know what? Let's do this and just repurpose the same inserters that we already have down here in order to put the coal in and keep that running. Right, so I've got all that. I've got lots of ammunition being made, so things are probably... I might be okay. Let's make another 2 turrets anyway because you can never have enough turrets. I'm going to sort of assume that turrets work in roughly the normal way until I'm comically proven incorrect. So we'll just build all this stuff up and then go down and investigate what's going on down there with the biters. So far, the pollution cloud only seems to have hit these guys. So that's not too... Oh, my corpses are following me. That's actually really handy. Wonder which one's which. That's really handy because I've got all the stuff back. Okay, I take back some of my rude comments about how difficult the how bad the corpses escaping were. If they come back and follow me like zombies, that's really quite useful. Oh yeah, armor would be a good idea. I've got light armor at the moment because I've just picked some up, but I did research heavy armor, I think. But that's going to require grill because of course it is. And the grill takes 10 minutes to cook, so we won't. We've got the light armor. We won't be using the. We're not. We'll hope that will be enough. Right, so I've got an SMG, I don't need any of these pistols, let's take them away. I would like to put slightly more ammunition in there though, just because, although that's silly, I want more of it to be available for my turrets as is. And I'm going to put this box down and put some of the sort of the useful stuff in my inventory into it, just in case I get horribly mutilated, either by my own gun turrets, because I wouldn't put it past them, or by the biters. So, what's useful in here? Well, we'll save the dead bodies because you never know. Well, I'd like to keep the pistols and the SMG because maybe. The wooden armour is definitely valuable. So is science packs. So are mining drills. So are my bots. The iron might as well say then, and the copper and the inserters and basically, yeah, the stuff I've been actually putting the effort into building. There we go, that'll do. And if I put all of that into there, then there's a decent chance I'll remember to pick it up on my way back out again. Okay, so let's go and deal with the biters. This is always my favourite part of Factorio. So we've got 4 spawners down there, and we've got a handful of biters out here, just making the place look untidy. So I'll put a turret. It's been a while since I've done this without auto fill turret. Without any of the mods that will automatically put lots and lots of ammunition into your turrets for you. So I'm going to be slightly cautious about this. Okay, turrets seem to be normal. That is appreciated. And also decently powerful against the sort of numbers of biters that we're going to be getting over here, probably. Oh, except I'm not going to be able to repair them because repair packs cause additional damage. Don't put 50 magazines in there, that's crazy. 13 is probably enough. Right, that'll attract the biters while I do this. Yeep. Getting there. It's a slightly slow process because I'm using yellow ammunition, and the spawners have had some time to toughen up a little bit. Right, let's put another one of these guys down here and give it some ammunition, but not that much. Ow. Right, the question is now, is it worth dealing with the worms, or should I just leave them there? I think I'll just leave them. It's not worth the hassle of trying to kill them. I'll probably just get myself horribly murdered once again. Oh yeah, and using the fish would have made sense, wouldn't it? I always forget fish are a thing. Fish are not a difficult resource to acquire. I've not had any problems acquiring sufficient quantities of fish. Right, how are you getting on? You've filled up with fish. Right, great. Not that one, not that one, that one. Let's give you a fish disposal system as well. Right, so I need to scamper back up over here. Grab that. And come back down here. So that combat went pretty normally, I think. Yeah, the turrets seemed dead standard. I don't know whether there's something I'm missing or whether they just are standard. And yeah, no complaints there. It just seemed to have. Rotation of Norvis is getting slower. Day-night cycle lengthened by 5 minutes. Also set time today because day is the best. Day is indeed the best, but okay. So right, the day-night cycle has been tweaked. Lovely, just what I need. I think I should build a radar and put it in down here somewhere because I want to find out where the next lot of biter trouble is going to come from, and therefore what I need to worry about. So let's build one of those. Uh-oh. Oh, bots can repair stuff. It's just if I try and use a repair pack on a building that it blows up. That's worth knowing. Factorio combat is already maximally fun. Yeah, maybe. Combat is not my favourite part of Factorio. I have said this many, many times, and it's still true. But I understand the reasons for it, but but it's not my favourite part. A fundar. Is it called a fundar? I wouldn't be surprised. A radar fun. Okay, that's a good point. We don't know if it actually does normal radar things. I've sort of just put it down and assumed. I don't see any scanning happening. Oh, yep, there's some scanning happening. Okay, as long as it's not making my explored area smaller, yeah, that would be a bit much even for me. I know there's no real point in doing this because you're never going to get more production through, but it does mean we get more of a buffer built up on the belts. So when we suddenly start to use loads of the loads of the green circuits, there's a few more on the belt that we can burn through before we run out. Oh dear. I was going to say I'm going to regret suggesting that, aren't I? But given that I'm probably relatively unlikely to play this again, then yeah, it's just suffering for other people. What was I doing before I was so rudely interrupted by my entire factory being eaten? So I put in extra power because I'd used it all up by putting in a load of extra mining drills down here. That has increased the iron supply to the point where it is now sufficient, so that's good. So I think the next thing is going to be checking on the grill and making sure that and then basically bringing it up to the bus and starting to make the next science pack. Because so far it's going. We've got 2 science packs under production, or 1.5, because I feel like the light green one is sort of not a joke one, but sort of it's not taking it quite as seriously as some of the others. So how are you getting on down here? You are burning merrily, and you're 57% of the way through. Right, okay, so it's going to be another 5 minutes or so before we get any of that out. So I don't actually want to use slow inserters for this, but they're all I have on me at the moment, so we'll do that for now. Oh, you're supposed to be filtered to Greel. Let's fix that. Greel being green steel, apparently. Fair enough. I guess there's a I was going to say, I guess there's a logic to that. I'm not sure that's actually true. But there is a sort of excuse in there at the very least. Right, okay, this is going to come over this way. And then up. And then round all of this nonsense because I'm not digging up any of these rocks. Well, I mean, I could dig up some of these rocks. I think my SMG is proof against a dozen biters appearing. But I think I'd still rather not. Okay, so that is eventually going to be Greel coming through, and I will have a supply of that. So that's good. The next thing to look at is going to be the the next thing to look at is going to be research, because I've done all of the researches now that I'd queued up, all the basic stuff. So offshore assemblers seem like a novel idea, so let's find out about them. Fluid handling, I guess my underground pipes. That might be... I honestly don't know if that's actually going to be useful. Sacrifices seems interesting. Let's add that in. Unboiling... I don't see how I actually need that at the moment, except it does allow me to then research greener greens, so it's a prereq. Widgets. A Cluffard hose restrictor. Good. Circuit network seems like a useful thing to have. Sure, let's have circuit network. Solar, lunar energy. Oh, I see. Fine. Expanding inventory is always nice to have, so I'm going to chuck that in. And green Slurpee juice, I'm going to want to make some of that at some point. And the iron plate productivity, I think, actually is going to be very, very useful. Let's chuck that in right at the top, because if then I can get more iron through. Yes, it's 250, but I can get that through and done and working. In the meantime, I'm going to build some more labs, because these are running... I reckon I've got capacity to run quite a lot more labs than I have at the moment. This may be hubris and other similar sort of things, but I think it's worth a try. True, I could put down some fun turrets before rock hunting. Why have you not linked in? Curiouser and curiouser. That's another 4. I was going to put in another 5, so let's have another one up there, which means an inserter there, and a pylon there, and a belt there. Right, so... Oh, I could... Hang on, stop that. Let's gather up a quantity of green circuits from there, and then make 5 labs, just straight up 5 labs. 1, 2... Yes, doesn't seem to be any unfriendly fire. I mean, to be fair, if you did have turrets that would shoot you, that would be entertaining briefly, but would then also get old very, very quickly, and would then make it very, very difficult to actually, you know, play the game at all, because you wouldn't be, you'd just get minced by your turrets whenever you try. You wouldn't be able to put a turret wall up to protect your base, so you'd be playing very, very reactively and always going out and having to deal with the biters by hand, and that's never any fun. We still haven't radared the entire pollution cloud, which is a shame. Hopefully that'll happen a little bit more quickly. I think we may not be producing these things fast enough now, although it's hard to tell. So it's by the second lab at the moment. We'll come back and worry about that in a moment, though. Yeah, it seems to be holding about right. Okay, so we're doing some research into new and exciting things. That's good. In the meantime, have we made any new and exciting things, or learnt about any new and exciting things that I haven't played with yet? So we know about pipes, we know about all the inserter types, and they're now behaving themselves as normal, which is a bit of a relief. We've got the fish disposal, and nothing new in there. Right, we've got green. No, we've only got light green science. Shotguns, radars. Okay, it doesn't seem anything particularly new in here, unless the shotgun's new and exciting, but I don't really care about the shotgun, so I'm going to leave that alone. So at the moment, I think I need to research the green Slurpee juice, which is Greel... Oh, and light green Slurpee juice. Interesting. Okay, so we'll split that and bring it over here, I guess. That's fairly easy to do. Although I might need to repath the belts a little bit, but that's fine. Add the Greel in once we have a supply of that. Can make the green Slurpee juice, feed that back in. The question is, can I finish off all of... Ooh, this is another type of green Slurpee juice. Dark green Slurpee juice. Nice. The question is, can I get all of the things that require light green juice done and then switch over my production to doing normal green Slurpee juice, and then have that on this belt. And I don't know at this point, so I think this is going to be the point where we start putting it just on a second belt. And then this is where I go, why didn't I build all of this a square further over to the right so I get another belt up the side of here and put more science packs in? But never mind, that can be future Laurence's problem. We'll stick in a couple of belts along here to get the next 2 science packs. So I'm going to need to build the next 2 science packs. So that's going to be some machines over here. And this is going to make, it's going to make the dark green Slurpee juice. I'm just going to bring in the light, and the which is going to come from here. So I need to move this down 1. Let's move it down 2 just in case I've miscombobulated. Remove all of that. That comes down to here. That goes across and then up there. There we go. So let's now move that down a little bit, which means there's now room to put in a splitter here and an underground there. And that's kind of interfering with the iron belt for the bus, so that's dumb. But I might move that down separately because I haven't planned ahead properly, because apparently I don't do that sort of thing. So we'll bring that over to here, and then we'll have a belt that comes up here like that, which takes that and that in there. There we go. And then this one's going to come down and feed in there. We'll have another science pack going in there at some point in the future, and more going in there, yada yada yada. We'll spaghetti that in when we get to it. For the time being, I'm going to actually set the output priority to left over here. Then over here, I can put in inserter, power, and that's now ready for when we finally get that done. When am I going to get the proper? Okay, the proper pylons are gated behind green Slurpee juice. Fine. Okay. Well, we can work towards that. I am very tempted to move this to the top of the list, but until we get the grill through. Oh, speaking of, here it comes now. Lovely. I was going to say, until we get that through, we can't make the green Slurpee juice anyway. So okay. Now we'll prioritize sciencing up that one. Whether that's wise, I wouldn't like to say. I would like to get the. I meant to set that to the right, not the left. I would like to I would like to get the iron productivity research, because we are using a lot of iron. So having twice as much of that coming out would be rather nice. Assuming it's not trolling me and it turns out actually it halves it. That'd be really mean. There we go. Let's unload that a bit quicker. Dum 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 dum. Okay, so this is the other input for the thingy. So we'll put that in there. Actually, that should probably be a splitter, because I'm sure I'm going to need green steel for other things in the future. There we go. So that can now come in here. We'll program that once it's developed and ready. In the meantime, let's sort out this belt over here, because this iron it's just all wrong. Everything is wrong with this, and it's bad, and I don't like it, and I should know better. So we'll bring that out here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So our 4 things on here are going to be those. Iron, green circuits, steel, iron, steel, green circuits, copper. Seems like a reasonable set of things to have on a bus. So we can probably go with that. I bet it makes more splitters as well. Right, done the science. So now we can tell this to start making proper green sciences. I'll feed everything in that we need over here. This, of course, isn't going to be enough. It's making 0.8 per second, as is over here. So we need to have at least 4 of these. So copy, vertical flip, bang, turn the belts round. There we go. Then copy that again to there. Double, 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 double. 4 times as much. Now balanced with that one. For the time being, we're doing iron plate productivity. Wow, that was a big spike in science speed, because we did a quicker science. Yeah, for now we're doing the iron plate productivity, which means that we are using the light green ones. There's no point in making the normal green ones, right now, but we'll probably want to in the future. I'm going to need to put more pylons in along here as well, aren't I? That's a faff, but okay, sure. Like that. It's a lot of cables. That is a horrible, horrible mess. You should be ashamed of yourselves, X-Threat. Such a mess. Right, anyway, let's start putting these in like this. I think the first thing I'm going to research with my shiny new type of science pack is going to be the slightly smaller pylons, because this is getting silly. Is it a bit dark? Okay, I can put some lamps down, I suppose. Oh, what do I need for that? I need those new Clufard hose restrictors, which I don't think I've researched. No, I haven't researched those yet. So I actually can't make lamps at the moment because I need Clufards. And I do really want to get the iron plate productivity, despite the fact I've been sort of frittering about with it for a little while. You know what, I'm going to expand this production over here, because I think more of this would be a good thing. It's maybe coming in a little bit late, and it would have been sensible to do this quite a lot sooner, but I still think it's worth it. Okay, so now I'm sort of... I was going to say, now I'm sort of waiting for research to happen. And I know that's not a position you're ever supposed to be in Factorio, because if you're waiting for something to happen, then go off and build more production so that it happens faster. And I will do that. I'm just going to sort of have a quick think about it first and make sure I'm trying to work out what the right order to be doing things in is. So I think additional production of science packs would be a good idea. Of red science would be a good idea. Now this is supposed to be fast enough to keep 10 of these machines going. That's 1 a second, and that's 0.1 a second. Unless there's some sort of weird rounding error going, oh, we've run out of power. Okay, that's the thing that needs to be sorted then. Yeah, okay, I've expanded too quickly and run out of power again. So that means I need some iron. Nom 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 nom. And then, I mean, I could make lunar power. What do I need for that? I need stone for that one. Okay. I could make some lunar power, but lunar power will only work during the night, so it's not so useful. Give me the stone. There we go. I could replace that with a chest now, I suppose, rather than putting it into a rather than putting it into a furnace as something to hold it, so I can go over and grab 70 or something, whatever at a time. But yeah, never mind. Oh, I'm probably going to need some more offshore pumps for this as well. So if I'm going to, I've made 5, so I'm going to double this again. And this is enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 offshore pumps does seem to be sufficient. Is there another nice straight bit of... Not really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to need a large quantity of pipe. Which is okay, I can make 59 of them. I'm going to need to wait about 10 minutes for all of this to build. But in the meantime, I can ghost it in, and then the bots can do it for me. So that's actually okay. So we're going to have a pipe there. We're going to have pipes on all of these inputs, I think, like that. And I can put one there that's going to link all of those together. I can put that there and that there. Right, that's them all linked together now. If I then put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those like that, and then put pipes along the fronts of, well, the ones that need it, which is that one, those ones. That one doesn't need it. I'm going to put one there actually anyway, just for the sake of sanity. In fact, that means I don't need that probably. Yeah. And that means I don't need that. So these should all hook up now. Yeah, there we go. So that's that bit, and then I put a pipe on the corner of there, and then just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. $10. And if I can get, as long as once I get the coal over to here, I think that should just work, TM. I kind of want to run the coal in from this side, but that's going to be difficult because of the power problems. So let's not try to be funny and clever. Let's just do that. 1, 2, that. And that. Then I can put in my pylons there and there and there. And then there. There. This is ridiculous. That's a good point. It might not be the ratio for boilers and steam engines. 1.8 megawatts. Maximum consumption is 1.8 megawatts. Power output is 900 kilowatts, so 1.8 megawatts. I think so. Assuming there's no, if there's no productivity bonuses in there for burning the coal or whatever, then yes, they do match up. So yeah, happily yes, but that's a good shout. That could quite easily have not been the case. So that was definitely worth checking. All right, so then I want to run a belt along here. Maybe I should have used long inserters here, so I didn't need to do the snaky belt, but I don't see anything really wrong with the snaky belt. So I'm going to do it. Ow, bother. This one's going to have to be a long inserter. Do I have any long inserters in my pockets? No, let's make one. And then this goes under here. And then goes off to join onto the other one over there. And yes, I do have some splitters. Let's put them on the hotbar. Let's put that on the hotbar as well. And that, because occasionally it's useful. So that will go there. I said that will go there. Right, and now I just need to need to get past all of this. Oh, what idiot built this? The silly thing is, I could have just left a gap in there, and because all the pipes go underground, it would have just worked. But of course I didn't, because that would have been far too easy. At some point, one belt of coal is not going to be enough, and at some other point, the mines that are digging all this up are not going to be enough. But for now, it seems to be okay. Oh, I haven't thought about fish. Oh no. I don't know if this counts as me getting trolled again because it's the same troll as before. But I just didn't think about the fact these are going to be producing fish as they burn the coal. Now, what I'm probably going to do is go, okay, it's fine. We'll let them fill up. We'll let them pick up some fish. And then we'll come over here. We'll deal with it manually occasionally if we need to. And then once we've got some better tech, better pylons, then we'll put in a fish removal system. And yeah. So I can hand extract it in the short term, and then in the long term, I'll get better. I'll get the long inserter. Sorry, no, the small pylons and be able to pull it out that way, and that'll be good enough. TM. All right, what's going on over here? So we've nearly finished the iron plate productivity, which is rather nice. That's not going to get any obvious instant boom. This is really exciting. Congratulations on your exciting new researches. But it's going to get me it's going to get me twice as much iron out of my patches, which is going to be useful, even if I don't actually have a problem with it at the moment. So that's very, very nice. True. I could use Circuit Network to keep an eye on it for me. Then I've got that one going because it's quick and entertaining. I've got that one going because it's weird and something to do with this mod pack, so I might as well find out what it does. And then, yes, I've got Circuit Network up next, and then Tool Belts. I thought, why not? I would quite like to get... no, I've got Green Science. I'd like to get that one. So I'll put that in the queue as well for when we actually produce some Green Science packs. Can I attach a wire to a boiler? That's a good question. I do not know. No. So no, we can't do that. That would be far too easy. A boiler is not smart enough to allow me to attach a cable to it. Why does... So the red cable attaches a green cable, and the green cable attaches a red cable. Thanks for that. That's just unnecessary. Okay, well, we'll rattle through the offshore assembler, decent, lickety split like this, and then start thinking about what else, whatever might come next. True, you could count how many pieces of coal you've put in and sound an alarm when you put in a mumbly 100 of them. Yeah. Oh, the combinators may be absolutely dreadful. You're quite right. That is certainly a possibility. My radar is not radaring very quickly. It is radaring. The view patch is expanding, but not doing it very, very quickly. I think maybe I should put down some more radars, even if that is going to be bad for my power consumption. But then I have additional power available now because I've just put in some extra generators. So I think that's probably going to be okay. Let's put in another. Let's just put in radars in basically in all the corners of the factory, because those are sensible places to put radars anyway. Just to get maximum coverage, and having more radars does mean faster scanning, but it also means also more pollution and more things to attract the biters. But still, it's probably worth it. Wants to increase empathy with the colourblind. Hello, lip gloss. So, fun mode is there's lots of silly things happen in the game just to sort of mess with all of your assumptions. So, for example, when you burn coal in a boiler or in a furnace or anything, it also produces fish for no apparent reason. And when I started off, yellow inserters could only work horizontally; they couldn't work vertically. But blue inserters could only work downwards. There is a thing called a furnace stack, which is literally a stack of stone furnaces that works ludicrously quickly and is actually quite cool. It's useful, but it really, really gets in the way when you're trying to move around the factory. Basically, there's just lots and lots of little modifications have been made to the game to make it silly and, well, fun. But in a sort of a slightly trollish way. Like if I harvest this rock, for example, I'll get 6 biters out of it instead of some stone. And I couldn't reach it, so that's probably for the best. So there's oh yeah, you drown when you walk into water as well, that sort of thing. So there's lots of. So far, I've apparently found 19 different things that have trolled me a little bit. Hence the counter in the top corner of the screen. Oh yeah, when you connect cables to machines, if I connect a green cable, it actually puts in a red cable, and vice versa. So yeah, it's just lots and lots of silly things like that go in and sort of they fracture your normal assumptions as to how Factorio is supposed to work, which is interesting. Oh yeah, steel has been replaced with greel, which as far as I can tell is short for green steel. But the recipe for greel is that it's a green thing, and anything that's green has been put into a separate tab in the UI here. So you can we've got green steel, green circuits, light green slurpy juice, and green slurpy juice, which is apparently science packs by any other name, but they've all been put into the green section. So yeah, the recipe for this is that you put in 5,000 iron plates and you get 1,000 greel back. It is a silly recipe. And then I've now unlocked sacrifices, so I can sacrifice fish to get I don't know what. I don't know what I'm going to get from these various things. So okay, let's do fish 2. I've got a fish 2. Okay, so that's heals 8. What is the difference? What's the difference between a fish and a fish 2? I think they're exactly the same. It's just a different name, so it takes up more space in your inventory and is a silly thing to confuse you. And I can make a fish 3 as well. which again is exactly the same, just has a different name. Okay, fine. And as I go on further on, if I get and it just uses small amounts of other things like copper cable and stone and copper plates and then fish glue apparently, and so on and so on. Okay, fine. Yes, 2 is a bigger number, so it's obviously better. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I don't think it's a Babel fish, although, you know, that could be quite useful. 2 is indeed a bigger number, can confirm. I mean, this is a way to condense my fish down a bit. Now, if these did more, if these healed more or something like that, rather than just being exactly the same but with a different name, that could be really, really handy. But I guess there's going to be a sort of a challenge to try and make at least one of each fish type by the end of the game. We can also sacrifice fish in order... I see. So we can turn 100... Oh, I was going to say, is this going to be a useful reason to have it? So we can turn 100 fish into a coin. I don't know what a coin's for, but it could be useful. But I can also turn 100 fish 2 into a coin, but it takes 2 fish to make a fish 2, so that's not... So it's not actually... You don't get extra coins for making fish 2. You just get the normal... Yeah, okay. So let's sacrifice a fish and get a coin and see what we can do with a coin. Oh, plus 5% lab productivity. Ah! Right, so each of these things can only be done once. So you do need the fish. You do need to make fish 2 in order to be able to do a sacrifice fish 2. Because I've done that once now, and I did the sacrifice fish and it disappeared. So if I want to do that as well, so I now need to make 100 fish 2s, and then 100 fish 3s, and then I've run out, so I can't make fish 4. But I can go and get some more fish. So yeah, okay, fine. So we can do those sacrifices. That's quite nice. Sacrifice dead bodies to get coins, so that's gruesome. We'll stick that one in the queue as well. We can sacrifice... Oh, we can turn 500 light green Slurpee juices into coins. Microgrip has... These are solid steam. Okay, well that clearly comes out of the anti... There's an anti-boiler, so we could turn 1,000 Greel into a coin. I think we probably won't do any of these later ones yet until we've got lots and lots of these things. But yeah, these are interesting, and I like how they've all got sad faces on the icons to show that you're sacrificing them. So okay, that's fun. Oh, was the sacrifice research explains it, does it? I may have missed some box text. There it is. Oh, I missed the box text because it always disappears off the bottom. Make one-time sacrifices to extract for plus 10% lab productivity each for non-fish sacrifices. Fish sacrifices are plus 5% lab productivity per fish tier. Okay, cool. So I can try and rattle through these fish sacrifices whenever I get the opportunity to, and that'll get me some bonuses to my science productivity. So that's valuable. It's worth having, especially as I have more fish than I know what to do with. Maybe that means I should stop doing this fish destruction, because I am going to need a lot of fish. You know what I should actually do? I should come over here and I should pull that up, and I should put in a fish tank like that. And then I should put that machine back in again, which of course is out of range of the pylon, because of course it is. But if I put the pylon there, then there's a tree in the way, which I can't reach. Still can't reach. I can put the pylon in there, then it'll get everything, and so I can then put the insert in. You're just meant to be doing fish. Mate, behave yourself. Ooh, nuclear fish. Lovely. Where do I get... Where do fish hide? Are they a green thing? No. There they are. There's a fish. Right, we don't want the copper to go in there. We want you to do fish destruction. But actually, we want to put in the other inserter first. Then, how many is a stack of fish? A stack of fish is 99, and a box is 32. So I'm gonna be lazy and say call it 3000. So we're gonna connect a cable. It doesn't matter which one, like that. And we're going to say no. We're going to say enable if fish greater than 3000, then run, and then do fish destruction over here. So we'll fill the box up with fish basically. Then I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to Angry Ghost it in over here to replace that system. And I'm going to make some more boxes because I'm going to run out of those if I'm not careful. Like that, like I just have in fact. Oh, they're all waiting for me to finish making my fish 3s, which are waiting for me to finish making my fish 2s. Let's cancel that for now. Bing. Oh, And then you move across to there. Right, so we're getting some fish storage going on down here. If I have space, I'm going to implement it up here as well, which I do. But I'm going to have to pull that out. I'm going to have to say, oh, yeah. Oh! It's taking coal out of the boiler. I forgot they did that. That might be useful in the future. We'll try and remember that that is a feature. Right, so the fish are coming out there. Put them in the box. Then put that there. Put that there. Right, there we go. So we're going to be stockpiling a decent number of fish now. We've got some coming out of here. In fact, are they? No, those are going down here. These ones up here are not stockpiling the fish. Let's go back to making those. Let's go back to trying to sacrifice those fish, because I can get some more fish from here and from here, and that'll keep me going. And from here. Okay, so they have. Oh, some of them have filled up, but some of them haven't. That one's not filled up, but that one's not running. Why aren't you running? You're full of... Is it just because we've got enough steam because we've got more than loads of power? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. That's fine, I guess. Let's leave the fish stuff happening down there while we go over and try and work out what on earth is going on and what we want to do next. So I'm making the other green science packs. That's nice. Electrical energy distribution one is going. That needs 120. It's worth it. What other sciences? What other research have we done recently? We've got tool belts. We've got some extra inventory space. Lovely. Circuit network. Good. Sacrifice is done. Offshore assembler. Fine. Iron plate. Right. Okay. So I don't think we've got anything particularly new in there. Looking at the amount of... I think this is now time to make even more labs. But I haven't got these stuff. I haven't got the iron for that. Is steam actually not passed through other boilers? You might be right. Oh, yeah, you're right. Those are genuinely just outputs. I don't know if that's a... Yeah, I think that does count as a troll, because in vanilla, the water would be passed through the other boilers, so that would work. Can I squeeze through here without drowning? Yes, I can. Right, okay, so we have to pull out that and that and that and that and that. And then we go, okay then, we'll put in a gap, you sods. And another gap, and another gap. And then we'll put an additional pile. Oh, ooh. That's not going to work. I'll put a pipe there and there because that's too far. And then I can link out over this way and get some boilers over this way. This one, actually, I don't need that. I can move this back down because I can have two right next to. I can have two next to each other like that. That's fine. And if they're getting water in, then that's okay here as well. So those two are both fine because I have this pipe bringing the steam out over here. So, right, let's pull some of these up because that didn't work. This one has one boiler, so that has one boiler, so it gets two steam engines. This one is going to have two boilers, so it gets four, like that. Yeah, that works as long as I can get water to here, which is going to be slightly challenging, but only slightly. So that works. And that to get it down to here. Okay, so those three are now working properly. So that one's got its two boilers down there. These okay, I haven't hooked up the power, but other than that, it's working properly. Right, these two are now working absolutely fine. This one and the inevitable one that I'm going to put further up here somewhere when I work out how I'm going to do it do not have a steam connection. The first one is going to be fairly easy. I'm going to put a pipe there, and then a boiler there and there. So that's now is also complete. So now all of these are set up correctly. We do probably have more water coming out. Well, that isn't doing anything, so we'll pull that one out. We've probably got more water than we need over here, but that's okay. We've got one offshore pump doing these two. Is that capable of keeping up? It seems to be, but I don't think we're running flat out at this point, so I think I need to put in another one here. Let's do that then. It's got two pumps running on. We've got one pump running for each boiler basically, and then down here we've got 3 pumps running for 2. So I might just take this one out. Have 1 pump per boiler. Yeah, that's all connected together, and the pipe is full. Pipe is filling up quickly. Okay, I think that's all right. Now I need to have an additional. Well, if I want to keep the number I had before, I need to have an additional one of these here. Here, here, here. That is complete apart from fuel. And you know what? I've just finished researching electricity distribution. Let's see how hard it is to make one of these things. Okay, that requires steel. That's not too bad. I mean, they do in vanilla, so I'm not going to complain about that too much. Put that in there to power that for now. Right, there we go. They're all up and running now. I believe everything should be fine. I should do a quick fish grab before I go. In fact, can I do the next fish sacrifice? It's going to take quite a long time, but never mind. So, raw fish. Oh, I got the coal out of it as well. Never mind. Fish, 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 fish. I've still got 1,000 fish, so yes. Leave that running. Okay, so we finished a research. We finished an important research. We've now got normal pylons, so I can stop pissing about with the big ones and having these enormous expansiony thingy doohickeys. Oh yeah, I should check the map for spawners. That's a good idea. Let's look into unboiling because it sounds weird and I'm curious. I also kind of want to do all of the lab research speed. Sure, why not? I kind of want to undo all of the ones that use the light green packs and then move on to the ones that use the dark green packs and see if anything else comes up. There's one that uses just light greens. All right, tell me how to make things greener then. What can I do that after? Oh, it's after this one. Fine. Yeah, let's just pull through all of those. Although then there do seem to be more cropping up, like there's gates down here, and I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if more of those appear. So let's just chug through those, and then we'll have a look at them as they appear and see what they do. So yes, looking at the map is a good shout. Okay, there's quite a large nest up there. There's one over there that's going to be a problem quite soon. I probably need to go over and deal with that. I still can't see off to the south, which is a little bit concerning. I did put a radar in down there. I wonder if that's just I've hit the limits of the radar range, or whether it's just still trying to scan out in that direction. I think it's that I've hit the limit of the range. And the radar is already... It's not quite down at the limits of my factory. Let's put in pylon here and radar. There we go. So, yeah, I'm probably going to have to go and deal with those guys before they become problem. Oh, look, there's some oil. That's worth knowing about. Technology unboiling research. Not all players are sufficiently green, so the research was cancelled. Ah, what? No, I'm supposed to be blue. It is my corporate colour. Fine. Let's do that. We'll do. Now I look like Marc. Fine. Let's do that. Oh, it takes 200 packs and 30 seconds each. This is going to be a very long, slow research. I'm going to be green for a while, I'm afraid. Right, I think the next thing to do is going to be get some ammo, get some iron, and make some more ammo, and then head out to deal with those other spawners because I do kind of need to deal with them, I think. I should make some more fiddly things as well. What are they called? Complex doohickeys. Because my bots can use those and repair stuff. And then how many? I've got 5 turrets so far. Let's have a couple more of them, and then a lot more ammunition than that, please. I should probably have ammunition production automated, really. We're making the iron as fast as we can. No, we're using up the iron as fast as we can over here, and we just can't keep up with the rate it's capable of producing it at. That's fantastic. Maybe I should put in another copy of this, actually, like that, and maybe another, and then just have all of these. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we'll have 3 onto each side of the belt. Like that. There we go. There's a bit more iron production. Or a bit more iron dumping onto the belchen. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. Oh, it's on the other side. That's not expected. Ah, I'm stuck on my furnace stack. Round the top of that. Stop it, you little gits. Right, okay, I'm surprised they came in from that direction, because there aren't any spawners out that way, unless there's some down to the south that I don't know about. So I think I'm going to have to head off south and try... Have I run out of pylons? I have. I'm going to have to head off south and try and find out where the shenaniganry is occurring. Okay, we'll cancel the fish business. Get the rest of this made. I would like to be able to drag that to the other end of the production queue, because this is going to take forever. Let's cancel the ammunition. Oops. Ah. Build a couple of turrets. Click on the right things occasionally. You never know. That might help. Make some more pylons. And then go back to... What was I making? Oh, it's large quantities of ammunition. Oh yeah, you're right. Yes, okay, let's go over and have a look for that expansion. You're probably right. That'll be where it's coming from. Inferno. Yeah, this will be the this will be where the difficulties happened. Right, so put this down here. Can we put some ammunition in that, please? Ammunition. There we go. I am too used to playing with Fill for Me and other similar sort of tools that make this sort of thing a whole lot easier. Right, that'll do. To be honest, one spawner, I probably don't actually need turret support. I could have just stood here and shot them as they come towards me rather than letting the turret do it. But never mind. Right, that was quite easy. I still haven't dared run into one of these things. There's been a couple that have been drifting around parts of my factory and they don't seem to do any actual damage. But I'm still scared to walk into them. Especially as I'm carrying quite a lot of valuable stuff at the moment. How are you getting on with your next greel? Are you agreeable? 2200 with 100. Okay, so no, it's not filling up as quickly as it's using up the... Hang on, why is it not filling up? It's got to 2200. It says the automated insertion limit is 10,000. We have inserters along here that could be inserting into it. They're there available. They're there able to... We're taking the fish out. Why is that not loading? You think it's because of that? No. Oh, okay. Yes, it is. That's interesting and odd. Because normally they'll craft until they've got a couple of... They'll craft a couple of times, but I guess if the output is literally 1,000, then maybe they won't. Oh, there's another nest down to the bottom there. Probably going to have to go and deal with that one as well. Grumble, 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 grumble. Okay, here's the next one. For some reason, these make me think of Threnodian shades for some reason. Fortunately, they're nothing like that dangerous, but it's still making me think of them. Maybe 2 of these over here would be a good idea. Although you do tend to get the biggest surge of biters coming in when you first attract them, because they've got lots of them standing around ready to come and attack. It's not until you, and then after that, you don't get as many of them. I'm out of range of the turrets, or out of the coverage area of the turrets. How big is that? Okay. Need a couple of these down here then. Did I get it? No, not quite. There we go. Nearly there. I'm going to take out this worm because it's kind of making things a bit more difficult. Have I run out? I've run out of ammunition. Ah. Have I run out of ammunition completely? Yes, I didn't make enough. Or rather, I made loads, but then most of it's in one of these turrets. Not that one. Must be this one. Yeah, that one. Oh, I shot green 8751. Not deliberately. It just sort of was there when I was shooting the spawner. It doesn't seem to have minded. Like it hasn't suddenly got glowing red eyes and is coming over to attack me. But I didn't actually mean to shoot it. Really, acid. Oh, the acid resistance of the wooden roboport. Yeah, it's that's true. I wasn't really keeping an eye on my health properly. I should have been fishing myself regularly to keep my health up, especially given how many fish there are around in this in fun mode. I'm going to take these guys out because they're close enough to my bus area that they're going to be a problem sooner or later. There we go. Much better. Opted for a little more stability in my life. 10% of the things I've placed down are now permanent. That's funny. You should do that, because that's a thing we've been talking about having. We've been talking about doing a run at some point with a mod that will make everything any machine that has run at least once will be permanent and can't be moved. So it's interesting and entertaining that is apparently part of fun mode as well. We may have to send someone over to ask you how that's how that was achieved in this particular mod, or I suppose they could just take the mod apart and have a look themselves. That might be easier. Right, what was the other thing? What was the other message I saw? Oops, that wasn't what I wanted to press. Nor was that. Widgets 1 research. Greener Greens researched. So Greener Greens has got me. Green. So it's got me. Stack inserters because they're green, obviously. Dark green celebi. Green. Efficiency modules, I see the fish thing in there. Lube, because that's also green. Military 2, I don't know why that fits in the greens, but apparently it does. And also uranium processing. Good. So yeah, basically all the green things in the game are coming out from the green research. Fine. I think let's get that, because then I'll get better ammunition and I can take out biter nests a bit more easily. That's going to be valuable. Widgets 2, more gizmos means micro grip fastenings. I've seen those mentioned as a thing for sacrifices and whatnot, so that sounds potentially useful. Longer arms, that'd be very nice to have. Let's have that as a priority. Advanced material processing, Greel furnace stack, of course. Why? What else would it be? Why are there 7 different types of engines? Spidertron engine, locomotive engine, car engine, artillery wagon engine, pump engine, conductive engine, and chemical engine. Good. So each thing that takes an engine now, each thing that takes engine units presumably now has its own engine unit type. Good, of course it does. Why would I expect anything else? Yes, I think real buffers would be the way to go. Hello, generic. Yes, I am indeed having fun. I'm getting occasionally trolled and various ridiculous things are happening, but I'm enjoying the process. Yes, it is indeed good fun, and I've got a couple of blocks of expansion before I need to go out and deal with those biters and those biters. So I think I'll just carry on for the time being. I should probably go around and put fun turrets around the exterior of the base, really, but that can come later. I'll play reactively for a little bit longer, especially as I. No, I can make could make walls if I wanted to. Right. What's going on? What am I trying to do at the moment? I have lost the plot. I think essentially I'm working towards the researches, but what have I done that's going to give me extra useful stuff? So there was the purest greens, but that just got me the ability to research other new stuff. So there's nothing particularly directly useful from there. I could go back to the let's set the fish sacrifice running again while I wait for the try and work out what I'm actually trying to do at the moment. I have no idea what I'm trying to do at the moment. Right, so the research is researching, so that's good. Progress is being made. What are you? A solid steam engine. Right. Okay. Oh yes, that was a thing I developed, wasn't it? That was the unboiler. So this takes in. It's not. It seems to not be a condenser. It is a thing that takes in steam and presumably turns it into solid steam. I think this needs to be tried because. What the hell, and might as well, basically. Oh, and it's now just gone in after the fish thing, so let's move the fish thing. Alright, so I have an unboiler. A very merry unboiler to you. So we'll take the steam in on the end there, like that. And we'll... Solid steam, sure. Let's give it some fuel, because I can do it manually. It's easiest way, just to see. And then... Yeah, oh goody, I've got a little bundle of steam in my inventory. So clearly, according to research, we can use the solid steam to put it into a solid steam engine, and it will produce power. Okay, is this better than normal steam? So what's the recipe over here? Let's Factoriopedia this. Oh hi. Okay, fair enough. I guess, yes, it would show everything, wouldn't it? So we can't Factoriopedia it. We can probably go in and have a look from here, though. So we can see solid steam is made out of 60 steam and has a fuel value of 10 megajoules. How much does one normal steam have? I think this sounds like a large boost to efficiency. This consumes potentially 30 per second and produces 900 kilowatts. So this is 1.8 megajoules. So 60 steam is 2 seconds worth, which means 1.8 megajoules. In fact, that's what's produced by one of these boilers. One boiler produces 1.8 megawatts, or 1.8 megajoules per second. The boiler turns 60 steam. Okay, so that's an enormous bonus. So yes, that's very, very worth having. We should stick that in the research queue. Because yes, if we then, I can then stick one of these things on the end of every one of my boilers, and then stick a solid steam engine. In fact, I could then belt it off to the solid steam engines, and I get more than 5 times as much power out of my coal and water. Oh, minus the coal that's used by this machine, actually. So minus this coal, but it's still a quintupling of the power. It's still going to be roughly a quintupling of the power. So, very valuable. Let's do that. Yep, okay, Factoriopedia being missing, yes. Military 2 is green because it unlocks grenades. Oh, God. I hate that. That's amazing, but also awful. Did green a green... There is a greenhouse. Actually, I saw a greenhouse. I did see a greenhouse at some point. I thought that was for something... I thought that was somewhere else, but... No, I don't think... Oh, yes, there it is. Greenhouse. Yeah, probably did then. I think I remember this being apparently useless. I don't really know what I can do with it. Maybe I need to make one and find out. But 50 electronic circuits and 20 stone is kind of pricey. And I will make one at some point and investigate it. But yeah, greenhouse being part of greener greens. Yeah, makes sense. Can't complain there. Yeah, what's the inspiration for the green joke? I guess it's just there's a lot of green stuff in Factorio. So putting it all together, lumping it all together in one sort of thing makes a sort of a diseased sense. Yeah, Factoriopedia, I think, being missing was a troll. No, I mean, it's yes, it counts. I'm putting it on the list because it's a thing that's gone in there and it's been silly. But it does make perfect sense to not have the Factoriopedia as part of this standard game because, well, with all you've seen how all the researchers are hidden, you would get so many spoilers. So I'm entirely on board with that. It makes perfect sense. I agree with it. But then also, yes, it was a minor troll when I went in to try and work out how much steam a steam makes. Yeah, one normal steam, yes. Searching for greenhouse outside the green tab. Yes, I was expecting greenhouse to be in production because that's where it would normally go. All right, we'll call that a troll. It's just a little bit borderline as trolls go, but I'll just about count it. I think it works because there is so much. Oh yeah, there we go. Grenade. Yes, I'm fine. Oh, and you need some distilled green, which comes from solid steam. Oh, and in a greenhouse. Why does a greenhouse extract green from steam? I'm not even going to ask. But yeah, as you say, green makes a lot of sense because there is a lot of green stuff in Factorio. Even ignoring the grenades and the greel, there's still the green circuits and the green science and the green houses, and I don't know what else you're going to find. But I have. Oh yeah, green modules. I have faith in you that you'll find plenty more green things. In fact, there were plenty more in the research thing, weren't there? When you do the green research, you find you get green inserters and green science, green lube and grenades and greenanium. So yeah, there are many things indeed. Is that a wall with a 2 written on it? Yes, it is. I didn't notice that was a 2 scrawled onto the slurp more juice. I thought it was just a squiggly line on it to differentiate it, but no, it's a hand drawn 2. I should have expected nothing less. Right, this solid steam engine does sound like a lot of fun. I will need to make micro grip fastenings for that though, apparently, which I haven't even researched. Okay, your tech tree has some things to be leaves some things to be desired, like a proper tree structure. This isn't the first time when I've tried to make something on. Oh, I haven't actually researched the intermediate for that yet, but never mind. I am indeed insulting. I don't know. It's kind of hypocritical of me to insult anyone's handwriting, given what mine's like. But yes, I was. Right, let's go and make some proper pylons before my brain turns to cheese and drips out of my ears. What goes into a proper pylon? Iron stick, copper cable, and greel. Really? That's quite a lot of stuff, but okay. I was hoping those longer arms would have allowed me to chop down trees from slightly further away, but no, apparently not. Right, okay, so we're going to be making the pylons here, because there's a convenient supply of greel. Pylon. And so we're going to bring in a belt here with the requirements for it, which is, what was it, iron sticks and copper cable. Okay, fine. That, no complaints there. Those are perfectly logical things to go into one of these things. Right, so I'll need an assembler here, and bump, bump, bump there. That is not the 3 bumps. That is only 2 bumps. 1, 2, 3. I could make these vertical, I suppose. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, so one of these is going to make sticky iron. The other one is going to make coppery cable. Right, and then bring the iron in here. And the copper in over here in much the same way. Copper is there. Oh, I need to split at that one. Oh yeah, getting the box clear the trees. That'd be a good idea. Splitter, splitter, splatter, splotter. Yeah. Another splitter? Yes. Ah! Apparently there was a rock in there somewhere. I need to be apparently I need to be slightly more careful about that sort of thing, because yeah, rocks contain biters, which is still utter nonsense of the best sort. Right, these will probably be the last of these I use for this sort of purpose, so enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah, trolled by my own bots. It's true. With Far Reach, I probably wouldn't have fallen in the lake, and the having your corpses running away from you wouldn't really be a thing either. So yeah, I understand. I agree. It sort of is kind of required for the game to work the way it's intended to, but still, goodness sake. Right, let's inject some sanity to these proceedings. I never thought I'd miss pylons with a 1x1 footprint quite so much. Oh dear. How many iron poles these require? Only 4 iron sticks. Okay, it's just being really slow to... I don't know. I might upgrade that to a blue inserter. It does seem to be struggling. Actually, I think a lot of these are struggling. They're just such fast recipes that the yellow inserters can't really keep up. Right, now I've got those, and I've got solid steam engines. It sounds like a Metal Gear Solid character. Oh yeah, I need to get I've got the micro grip fastenings now. Let's pick up some relatively normal sounding things that I basically understand. Walls without a grid requirement. What? Okay, well, we're going to find out about those, certainly. That's going to be interesting. Yes, as people have been saying, X-Fret, yes, Mondays will be continuations of Factorio Planetary Pioneers, which is a... I was going to say it's a much less silly mod pack. I'm not sure it is. It's still a pretty silly mod pack, but it's silly in a very different way. It's Space Age with an extra 30 or so planets. So that's a lot of fun. We'll be playing that on when is it? On Monday. I'll have a couple of videos of talking about it coming out Thursday, Friday as well. So it'll be next Wednesday when I'll return to this as well, and carry on at it until things go reasonably well, should we say? How many more fish do I need for this? Oh, I need 200 stone and 1,600 fish and other resources besides. Gosh. Yeah, so yes, Monday will be Factorio Planetary Pioneers, and then next Wednesday will be more fun mode. What was I? Oh yes, I was going to make some of these things, and that requires microgrip fastenings, which requires walls. What? Okay, I guess it's time to start making walls then. If I'm going to make walls, then I'm going to need... I assume if I'm going to make walls, I'm going to need bricks. Yes, I am. Which means I'm going to need another one of these things, which means I'm going to need some more stone. Why the rocks and not the trees? I guess it's because trees are useful. Rocks are, or actually, to be fair, rocks are also quite useful because you do need stone for various things. And maybe because there's so many trees, especially if you start in a forest, it'd be a bit much if every single one turned into a biter. It'd be like the Australian thing of drop bears, wouldn't it? All right, let's pull you out because I don't think we actually need to do this like that anymore. And let's try and put it right. So I'm going to put in... Oh, God, that's going to be a drill that gets everything. Is it time, do you think, to redo all of this mining area here and have a sortomatron on the output for it and then separate and then feed in with belts and inserters and stuff? I think it might be time to do that, but I'm not sure how much I want to because it sounds like a pain. It's going to turn the factory off for quite a long time. Yeah, exactly. There's a few dozen extra planets, and to be honest, the extra planets cause quite a lot of chaos in and of themselves, because some of them are quite silly planets, and for one reason or another, and a lot of them are massively overpowered and give you all kinds of tools and toys and things that you probably shouldn't really have, and it makes things a bit silly. So, yeah, it all adds quite nicely to the sort of silliness. We're trying to put a little bit of sanity into it, just to try and keep things working in a reasonably sort of sensible way, and make the game, you know, work, but it is kind of ridiculous. I think, what time is it? It is 11:30, so I think I won't rebuild this just yet, but I will start working towards a sort of a vague plan. So I'll make another one of these stone furnaces stacks, and I'll put it over here. So we're going to do this a bit more sensibly this time, now that I know how the game works. And we're going to feed the stone in there and then feed the bricks out of it. So that's going to be fine. And then I'll have more of these up here for the other two types of resources, and then and then next week I'll build up some sort of sorting system so I can just mine the whole patch, then sort all of the ores as they come through, and deal with it as required. Also, I'm going to put in another 2 turrets here and give them a bit of ammunition, and then I'm going to mark these rocks for deconstruction, one at a time, please. You get quite a lot of biters out of each rock, I notice. There we go. That went quite well. I need the wood for the wooden rocket. Wood for the wooden roboport. That's true, actually. Yes, I do need the wood to keep the roboport running. Oh, God, yes, you're right. 10% of the buildings are going to be locked in place. As long as it's not the... As long as it's not the furnace stacks, it's not going to be too bad. Because the drills, if a drill is locked in place, then I can kind of work around it. But if a furnace stack has been locked in place, that's going to be quite annoying. Yes, that's true. I hadn't thought of that. You know what? Actually, digging up a certain amount of coal with my stone is not going to be a problem, because that can be fed into the furnace stack, so I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with digging up a quantity of iron, though. Meh. I've run out of undergrounds again. Nope, I don't need to use those anymore. Let's start... Actually, let's carry on with the big pylons, because I've got them. So, you know what? Let's just shove them in for now, for this bit where it doesn't really matter. And then over here, I can start being sensible. So I want to have... No, I want to have some fast inserters. Actually, I want to feed in on the... I It's big enough. Actually, this thing's big enough that I can feed this in here like this. Like that, and then bring power over. And if I want to, I can bring the stone out further along. I can feed the coal in further along. Everything can be done elsewhere. It's all fine. This seems to be basically coal on one side of the belt and iron on stone on the other. That's also kind of fine for the time being. That's all right. I'm sort of okay with that, as long as I don't get too much stone on the bottom one. Rotation is getting slow. Rotation of Norvis is getting slower again. Joy. So another 5 minutes. That's probably okay. I'm not using solar power. Right. So now we have this working. We've got the we've got the fish problem. Let's have a fish disposal. And I mean, that's stupid. We'll do that differently, probably on the end, but next time. But that's fine for now. The amount of coal coming through here is not so fine. Might need to collect some of that up. Maybe not these drills then. Oh, actually, that one's okay. That one's mostly stone. Okay, so that's going to be stone bricks being produced, and entertainingly, I can then just bring them stone bricks out like this. I should probably filter these, actually. Filter to stone brick. There we go. Like that. And that one as well. Otherwise, I'll just get a random rogue fish. Now, a couple of pieces about there, a couple of pieces about there. And there we go. That is a belt of stone bricks coming out that can be taken away to be made into walls. Or at least it would be if it was powered. The rest of them are going to come together in a similar sort of way, and there's easily room for 3 or 4 of those in there. And then I just need to put in some sort of sorting system for all of the resources, because as we can see, we are getting far more coal out than we need over here. That's gone a little bit unfortunate. I'm surprised at how much coal is coming out of these drills, to be honest. I was expecting the resources to come out proportionally to the amount that they've got in them. So that would be about 10% coal coming out of that one, and 3% coal coming out of that one, and none out of those two. And yet we seem to be about 50-50 for coal along some of here. So I don't know if that's a fun mode troll thing. It seems to have calmed down now and is more as I would expect. I don't feel like I expect Factorio resource patches to shift and adjust themselves, but then again, it's the sort of thing that I could almost imagine being the sort of thing that some kind of evil sadist would do. So maybe that is the case. I don't know. Oh, and that still works. There you go. There's a Greel buffer. It's very agreeable. Right. Okay. It's getting a bit late, so I think this is probably a good point to stop. Let's take out another rock just for funsies. There we go. And then call it there, I think. So yeah, this has been the first 27 trolls of Factorio fun mode. It's been weird, but it's been good fun and interesting and different, and it keeps making my brain go what in quite an entertaining way. So I'm definitely enjoying it. Would recommend. If you enjoy having your expectations messed with. So yeah, I recommend giving it a try if you found this entertaining. So yes, it is Wednesday today. That means videos tomorrow and Friday. They'll be coming out. They'll be talking about Planetary Pioneers stuff, because that's everything all the videos I've been making at the moment. So yep, those will be coming out. If you're a supporter, you get access to videos a week early. If you're not, then you don't. But you'll see them all. You'll see them all eventually anyway. Then we'll be back on Monday to carry on playing some more Factorio Planetary Pioneers. That's the one where we're currently on the desert island paradise of Pelagos and doing our best to fill it up with electromagnetic radiation that's upsetting all of the natives. So that's coming along quite nicely, and we are gradually expanding out, discovering things like titanium. So we'll see how that goes next time. And then I'll be back next Wednesday to carry on with this nonsense and see how things go. So I think that's all I have for you for today. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, maybe a Foundry video would be quite a good idea. Although the problem is, last time I tried to make a Foundry video, they released an update just before I actually made just before I released the video, which kind of spoilt it because the video was out of date before it even released. What is going on up here, and why am I not getting green circuits through? Because it's full. Why is the inserter not? Has something been rotating my inserters? Because I copy and pasted this. There's no way that could have been wrong. No, wait. These were correct. It's these ones that... Oh, no, I ran out of red inserters. That's what went wrong. Oh, and now I've put green... No, yeah, fail. Okay, yeah, I must have run out of red inserters, but... Yeah, oh yes, I can see them ghosted. That's why it failed. Right, my bad. There we go. I've tidied it up after myself now. Right, let's make some red inserters. So yeah, as I was saying, I did make the last time I made a Foundry video, I ended up getting released just after it became no longer valid, and there is another update due fairly soon. So perhaps what I'll do is when the update comes out, I'll dip back into the game, play some of the new content, and then maybe make a video after that. We'll have to see how it goes, because yeah, I have really enjoyed Foundry. I strongly recommend that as well. Currently second favourite factory game and all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, really good. Yeah, it was indeed great fun. I did enjoy it. So yeah, good night everyone. Good night, board easy, no guard, regular, etc. And yes, the problem with this is it trolls me so much that sometimes if I make a mistake, I don't realise it's my mistake. I think it's the game trolling me, especially when it threatened, especially when it popped up a thing ages and ages ago saying it would. Saying it's rotated one of my belts, and then went, hang on a minute, you haven't got any belts. What's going on? But I could see it doing that sort of thing again. Yeah. Right, anyway, I shall stop talking and actually end the stream. So, well, once again, thank you very much everyone for watching. If you're on Twitch, please stick around because we'll go off and find somebody's raid. And other than that, well, I hope you enjoy the videos when they come out, and we'll see you on Monday. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you then. End screen. Right, how do I use Twitch? Raid. Let's find somebody playing Factorio, because that's what I've been playing, so it makes sense to go off and find somebody doing the same sort of thing. That's in... yeah, alright, let's drop in on this one. Right, so, raid will be starting in 10 seconds. Thank you once again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the stream, and we'll be back for future shenanigans on Monday. I'll see you then.